we are live here at Time to Tabletop. I'm going to look at the camera. Thanks for joining us again for Infinity Tower. We are happy to be back once again. And before we get into looking at everybody else's faces, because some of them are still running away, let's do promos. So our sponsors, as always, Ambient Realms. Check out ambientrealms.com for ambient sounds and effects for your game, such as... It's so quiet. Let's do that again. Or... I pushed the button. But it's
Sounds
user
of
error.
silence.
No, I don't have the volume up. It's my fault. I'm not putting the volume up high enough. Those are the only two sounds we use in the entire game. I hope you enjoy them. There are other sounds you could use for your game. That was a magic missile. I again should put the sound volume up.
Shoot into the darkness.
Yep. So if you don't want to just hear a cat and a thunder wave, I mean, there are options. But really, what do you need them for? So ambientrealms.com, check them out. They support Huntington's. I walked right into it. Huntington's Disease Society of America and Autism Speaks. And you can support them too at ambientrealms.com. Arknight, they do the flat plastic minis. Here's a really big guy. He looks scary, but really he's there for inspiration for characters. Yay! And you can check them out at arknight.com. We have giveaways that we do. Every 25 followers, we give away a Arknight prize pack, and when we hit the big numbers, we give away bigger things. So look forward to that. We also have subscriber giveaways, so if you want more details on that, just stick around, and we will figure that out for you. Tomorrow is Adrenochrome. Sarah, would you mind putting Kat in if she's not already in? Awesome, thanks. So, Kat, what's going on tomorrow in Adrenochrome?
Okay, tomorrow night is going to be Pandemic Legacy. We're playing the month of May again because we did not succeed the first time around. It was our first month we ever lost.
With transparent zombies taking over the world?
Transparent zombies, we have a real problem, but we have a quarantine specialist that really kicks some butt as a character. Like, she's actually pretty much the character exists in order to take care of this transparent zombie problem.
Right. Okay, so the next May should go better?
We're hoping. Our big problem in May is we forgot some of the special abilities that one of the characters had that would have caused an outbreak to not have happened.
What happens if you lose this May?
Then we just have to move on to June with having 2 losses under our belts. If you lose 4 times in a row, there's like something happens.
Wow.
Like you open up some special box.
So we may like unlock things that people would not get to unlock unless they happen to them. Okay.
Yeah, well, not until we've lost 4 times in a row, which...
Dun, dun. Okay, we'll see how things go. Okay, we already did new trippers, so that's not going on Thursday. Scooter is going out to Ireland along with Sarah. We're going to miss them. They're going to have an awesome time, so they're not going to miss us, but we're going to miss them. And then check us out at timetotabletop.com. Follow us on Twitch. Comment, give us ideas. Hashtag Infinity Tower. Just generally be a nuisance, and we will hit you back. Go for it. It'll be great. Also, D&D Beyond. If you are not checking it out, I like it. If you don't like it, don't tell me about it. Last time on Infinity Tower, previously, when faced by a stone guardian in the passages of Mar Drakat, Aurora invoked her family's ancient pact with the dwarves, saving her party from conflict. She explained to them that in the distant past, her party, that wasn't them, her family were the rulers of Tabaxi, fueled by amazing dwarven ruins, which were weapons. The pact between their people seemed to still have some sway. When further exploring the ruins, the party discovered an ancient spirit tied to a magical construct, and Aurora touched a magical device the party already had called the Translator to it. The spirit passed its knowledge into her mind, also knocked her unconscious, destroyed the Translator, stuff like that. Embers recovered the Allurian barrier device that Aelin had planted above the city of Mar Drakat, and then seeking advice about these crystals, the party spoke with Faxburn, and then traveled to Talkazad, another dwarven city, where they spoke with Karam, the dwarven elder. Finding no new information, the party searched under the city of Talkazad, where they found a skull holding a gem in its mouth that was part of a Duergar shrine. Faxburn agreed to investigate the jewel, and finally, Arvin, having reached the date of his mission to explore the Flamewell Mountains, departed for a time to find his company and start on this journey. And next time I'll work through that slower. I'm getting excited. I missed you guys last week.
Yeah.
Like a whole not having in D&D for a week, just terrible.
I honestly forgot that we weren't having it, and I was like getting ready.
And you were like at Scooter's house.
No,
like,
I texted Sean like, "See you soon." And he's like, "What?"
What are
And
you
I'm
talking
like,
about?
"The game," and he's like, "It's not happening." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot.
I didn't forget because I was at work, waiting to do work.
Oh my God.
And I did work. Okay, so some housekeeping stuff to make sure that we've got set. Ember's now speaks and reads Dwarvish.
Yay!
Yay! With no strong
We add that.
repercussions. We've got our X card out there. It's underneath the shot glass. That's totally the way people use it. If you want to use the X card, you have to take a shot. That can't possibly be a good idea. Okay, well, you could just take the shot. That's fine.
I wasn't gonna do it yet. I have to wait.
Yeah, either way's
Can't
fine.
do it your
Either
shot,
way's
man.
fine. It's just hilarious.
You
Okay.
have to like say something X card worthy.
Right. Okay, I'm going to remember my DM goals, and I'm going to give inspiration to Theo for being a team player and going through all sorts of stuff last game. Okay, you got a giant, because it's the opposite of being a gnome.
Right. I just nibble on his toes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Is that
plan.
like thank you for being like a punching person?
That was like Aurora dropped her backstory baggage on you, and everything was fine. So, life is good.
Well, there's no fallout yet.
Alright.
Well, she didn't say that, you were a shit ape.
That's true. She didn't call me.
Well, I can't
she
give
called Blythe a
I
shit.
know, but he can't get inspiration because he's not here. That's the basic rule of
Like,
inspiration.
Blythe's the one that really got to deal with, like, the brunt of, like, oh yeah, we call you the
That is-
spoilers of the earth or shit monkeys,
Yeah,
but
but
whatever.
you did also have like 3 magical items, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to take all of these.
That is
And
true.
then you just trade them around for a while. So it's okay. Life is
Oh
good.
yeah.
but
So you
I
got a
think it's-
match. She got. Ember's got a match on him, right?
From what I saw,
Ember's
you
got
guys
0
justified me getting nothing.
Yes,
Did
that
we?
was what happened.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Nobody offered me any magical items while I was playing Embers. That's why I fireballed Cat. Not
okay.
really, but anyways.
Ember's
You get the next
fireballs
one.
her every game, so I just thought that was tradition.
I was going for staying in
It's
character,
tradition.
right? It was like what we're trying for.
So wait, how many? Oh, I'm sure I have everything.
No,
back now.
what did Bly end up getting? I forget.
He got a gem brilliance.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
he
but
did get
see, he's a
something.
human. Like, he needs
It's that
that.
poison thing.
Poison thing. You have a periaptive health.
Oh, I got that.
That's an anti-poison thing we're going for, right? Not
Right,
the
right.
giving
Yeah,
you
yeah,
poison
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Would you
Yes.
like a poison thing? Because I can
No,
give
but
you
I
that.
will. But I will take a cursed pistol.
You know what? You just talk to me in a couple minutes here, because I've got you covered on many fronts here tonight.
And I took the immovable rod because it's useful for me.
And Embers,
Yeah, that is what I
just so
wanted.
you know, you also have a small memento that was left with that Allurian artifact that I didn't discuss with anybody else because I didn't have anybody to go out of character with. So when you picked up that barrier device, you picked up something else too, and you rolled a really sweet sleight of hand check.
And now it's a full slate of antibiotics for you.
So what do I get?
You get a sending stone.
That
Sending
was
stone.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh,
I will look that up.
It's basically a message spell in a stone. And you got one of a pair, in other words.
And
It's a sending spell.
somebody
in a
has
stone.
the other one, but I can't remember whom. Who has the other one?
That's a great question.
Uh-oh.
Probably give it to Fairfax. That would make sense because he's in the tower.
Well, you have a stone. You don't know where the pair came from.
Oh.
You found it when you
You're
found
one
the
of two
Allurian barrier
lucky
device. These guys have no idea what we're talking about right now. Yeah. Pretty
Reminds
much
me,
like
I
that.
wrote down that I have the Allurian barrier device, but I think that
What are
that
you
was that along with the dwarvish thing were both given to Faxburn.
Did you give him the barrier device when you gave him the Duergar skull gem?
Yeah, I think I gave him both of those.
Okay, sure.
But so I'm erasing them from my bag of holding because
Okay, no problems whatsoever.
oh yeah, and I gave silver back to him because silver's broken.
Yeah, so I called him destroyed earlier during our recap, but the real story is we have no idea what's actually going on, but Faxburn said that he still has some sort of magical essence to him. But there is no
So-
translator right now.
So was Silver sentient? Like
Yes.
conscious?
Oh,
Yeah, that was a translator. Remember, he was sent.
Yeah, no, I know. So like,
Mhm.
where did the consciousness go?
That's a great question. What we do know happened last game was Aurora was holding the translator and touched another magical artifact with sentience, and then blacked out.
That's great.
And I've got all the other magical artifacts information in my head, but I don't have silver in my head.
She has like the life of a dwarven guy who's a historian in her head now.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So I know a whole lot about dwarvish history and really can correct a lot of the things that I got wrong about dwarvish history.
Okay.
So some stuff like that.
Like now I know dwarvish history really from the dwarf perspective rather than just the tabaxi perspective.
And specifically for the particular dwarves that live in Mordrekaiser.
Right.
So that's where we're at now, and we are in the Infinity Tower. It's only been a couple of hours since Faxburn was last given, or was given that dwarven, the Duergar skull that had a gem in its mouth. That gem is one of these mystical gems that we've heard about from Underground. See, I missed this in my recap. I didn't actually talk about the most important plot device that was going on in the recap,
Oh, yeah.
which was that these gems are something that somehow fueled all of these dwarven artifacts, created incredible magical effects, but also supposedly corrupted the Dwarven people and caused both Mordrekot and Tolkazad to be sealed. Tolkazad, all those things that are underneath the Dwarven crypt, the Crypt of the Kings, supposedly that's the reason there's that horrible, horrible darkness that's locked away. And in the city of Mordrekot, that's why they locked the whole city down.
Right, and there's another
Really
dwarvish
very
city
There's a third
too.
one, yeah.
Yes, there
And
is.
I forgot to write its name down.
I have this lovely reference document we all have now, and so I wrote it down in there. It is called Issachaz's Car.
Zika's car.
Issachaz's Car.
You know what? I have that document open right
I know,
now.
isn't it tight? And it's all like, you know, it's got headings and so forth, so it's very easy to navigate. I gotta say, I'm very fond of it.
It's very good.
There it
I know.
is.
Well,
The
just a
Cold
little more.
Stone.
Yep, the Cold Stone.
And I think that's where we're heading.
Maybe we could actually-
Yeah.
Because I'm trusting that.
But cute. Okay, so Faxburn said he was going to take a day.
He said he was going to research it. He didn't really have a timetable.
He didn't have a timetable yet. Okay.
Right, but I want it. Aurora is really champing at the bit to move on to Issachar's car to like get the last one before Aelin does.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
And also, before we go, Aurora asked Faxburn, is there any way that you can change the defense system so that Aelin can't get back in here? Or
Good call.
because I'm worried that if we collect these and then she breaks in and just steals them from here, it doesn't do us any good.
So your intent is to go talk to Faxburn and ask him that.
Yes.
So you travel up to the laboratory that he's using for this gem. You recall he had a big cleared out stone laboratory, totally open, some stuff on the shelves, but that's about it. And as you walk into this room, right as you get up to about the door, you actually feel the whole thing shake, like it's going to fall to the ground, like it almost tips 20, 30 degrees to the side. There is a loud, only to you, nobody else who's not in the room, I don't know if you guys are following Aurora, but there is a boom that shatters outwards, and the entire stone structure just seems to shake.
Well, that's alarming.
You walk into the room, and Faxburn is standing there. He looks like scarred, or not scarred, singed is what I'm looking for, down the front of his robes, and he's holding his hands out, and everything is smoking. The center of the room, there's a pit. And where there was like a magical containment circle, the floor is gone. And it's just an open void.
Hey, Faxburn.
Aurora,
Hi, what just happened?
we won't be researching that gem.
Okay.
That is a highly potent magical artifact, and very dangerous for something like the tower.
So, did you blow it up?
Effectively, yes.
Okay.
I think I actually just sent it away from the tower.
Do you know where you might have sent it? Because...
I'm actually... It's probably just into the void, the ether.
Okay. Because I'm very worried about Aelin getting these things.
I understand that. That couldn't have stayed in the tower.
Okay.
I'm going to be removing this laboratory.
You're removing the whole laboratory
Definitely.
because this gem was in it.
Because I have a huge hole in the floor and it's not useful for anything anymore, but
Okay.
that wasn't a good choice on my part.
Okay.
We really can't experiment with that with magic.
Okay. Well, I know Aelin's trying to collect these things for some reason.
Yes.
Does she have any way of retrieving things from a void, or would it just...
Perhaps. Her magic and my magic are different enough. I'm not totally sure what she's capable of. But it would be hard to locate, I think.
Okay. Because, I mean, the whole purpose was to, like, come up with something so that we could more easily locate these
Unfortunately, it's really not something you can touch and not be affected by. That was my best idea of how to get rid of it quickly before it did worse things.
things. Okay. I have touched this thing.
I don't have any sort of magics that could help you if you're under its corrupting influence, but you may want someone to look at that.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay.
Sorry, it's really not my area of expertise. This is something that I'm not really equipped to deal with, apparently. Let me think on it. Maybe I can think of some people you could talk to that would be more useful to me.
Sure. Well, there's still another one of these things out there. And I still don't want Aelin to get any more of them. But she already has one.
Have you... If you did manage to touch that without being affected before, are you sure you want to go back and try that again?
I don't know where I have a choice. It's either that or, like, Aelin gets another one and the whole world gets destroyed. If her just having one isn't enough to
Right.
do horrible things. I'd like to get the one that she currently has away from her.
That would be nice as well, but this is like trying to pick up hot coals. You know, and, well, that might not be very effective as an analogy for you, but you get the idea.
Also, I would say that probably whatever corruption these things wield is already in my blood. So,
It's very troubling to think about.
just saying, it's... I mean, these things were used by my ancestors on a fairly regular basis.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily something that passes down through the years, but that is troubling. I mean, that's an interesting thought.
Well, it warped and changed the dwarves where we were located. Or where I recovered the one that you just sent to the void somewhere.
Do you know where Theophraxis is? Is he still in the tower? Did he...
He should still be. Yo, Theo!
Yeah, what's up?
Which room are you in? Your room, study,
Yeah, my
library.
Sure, in my room.
All right. I'm going to come down and speak with you.
Okay.
Do you want to join me? I have an idea
Sure.
that he might be able to help with.
Okay.
And then what about, did Arvin leave?
Arvin's left, but Embers is still here.
Embers?
Yeah, is everything okay?
It's fine. Can you join us where Theophraxis' room is?
I know where Theophraxis' room is. Yeah, sure.
All right. So, Faxmer starts walking down the stairs, goes to find Theophraxis' room.
Yep. Hey, what's up?
Well,
Oh, hi.
yeah. Is Embers there? Embers is
And you're the wow. Hi.
So, hello.
Party,
We're all here standing in a circle like a bunch of jerks.
party.
So we were trying to do research on that gem. It's not a good idea. We can't
Okay.
have direct contact with it, especially not any sort of probing magical contact with it. Embers, I don't know if things will run exactly the same, but it's for me it was highly dangerous. Trying to examine it even under ritual circumstances. So be aware, these definitely have an influence.
Okay.
In that Silver, the translator by comparison, was a fairly benign entity. Just kind of like to have conversations and, you know, had some general benevolent effects. These things have interests. They seem to have a real driving force to them. I don't think it's an arcane kind of magic. Because frankly, I don't understand what's going on here.
Do they feel
Alright.
evil or good, or do they feel like they have a motive besides just interest, but a motive?
I would say anything that really wants to control you is probably evil, but perhaps that's reductive. I feel like there was probably something like that.
They're like working towards something bigger.
Yes, definitely. Yes, there was definitely an influence that I felt in that moment where I was trying to touch the gem. So I really
That's
strongly would caution you all to be careful. And I'm trying to think of people that powers that I've encountered that might be able to help you with this, and also maybe help Aurora solve the question of whether or not she needs to be extra careful.
In what way?
She
In what way?
She mentioned maybe being concerned about a family history and interacting with these things.
I mean, there's definitely a family history of interacting with these things, because this is exactly the sort of item that I was sent out to find.
Okay.
Have you ever heard a gnomish story of the Sage in the Dark?
No, I haven't.
It's a good one.
It's kind of, I mean, I don't know how common it is either way, but there's a person, an entity, a gnome, however it goes at this point, but basically a figure in your world called the Sage in the Dark.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be a gnome. I'm sure he still qualifies as
That's
a
a
gnome.
no, always a no.
But basically, he is the keeper of the underground in your world.
Okay.
So if you want to talk about somebody who's got a religious connection to the underground, the Sage in the Dark would be a good person to speak to.
That makes sense, yeah.
So that's an idea. If you want to go off-world, if you're willing to travel to the plains, you could also try speaking to the Keeper of Seals. I've had dealings with her before, and they were pleasant, as much as possible.
Is it an underwater realm?
The Keeper of Seals. This would be like sealing doors, sealing items, not the creature seals. And she's powerful. I don't know if I want to say pleasant. She's not going to be a pleasant person to interact with, but she'll definitely know what we're speaking of, I think.
So we've got the Keeper of Seals and the Sage in the Dark.
Either of them might be useful people to speak with.
I take it both of them are difficult to find or get to.
Yeah, can
If
you
you
like
don't
a
know where
history?
you're going.
Can I do like a history check to see if I can, if I can recall any stories from?
Sure. In fact, for this, I got. Oh, hold on. It's a religion check. Just so we're clear, these are religious figures. This is a religious story.
Wow, that was a 7.
Okay,
So
that's all
it's
right.
gonna be an 11.
Okay. You may have heard like a big reference to the Sage in the Dark at one point or another, but
I was busy scribbling.
yeah, they're not really super common things.
The
Yeah.
Keeper of Seals I got a 3 on, but Sage in the Dark I got a 17.
Okay, and this is really more of like a gnomish story than anything else. For the Tabaxi, because we're dealing with a world where the Underdark is not like a real thing at this point, it's not a super well-known fact. So, with nothing against the rules, I think it just doesn't make much sense for
Well,
a
she
world
does
known.
study a lot of underground things because she's always trying to get dwarvish knowledge.
Yeah, and the dwarves are, again, a little bit separate from where this is going.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to shut you down on it.
That's okay.
So
Could I flip those rolls around and know something about the Keeper of
I'm
Seals?
fine with that. The
Okay.
Keeper of Seals makes some sense for you to actually... I mean, heck, if I'm going to tell you no to something, I might as well tell you yes to something, right? The Keeper of Seals makes more sense because she is more of like a general figure.
Okay.
And this is going to be like a lawful deity aligned with good. Or not a lawful deity, like a lawful power. This is like talking about... you know, like the Metatron or something like that. It's like talking about a mouthpiece of the deities kind of person. Like someone who long ago served the gods to the point where they've now been given some, like, particular domain over how things work. So the Keeper of Seals is, like, you know, like a Catholic saint or something like that, related to the idea of sealing and to keeping things closed that need to be closed for the good of others.
Oh, she sounds like a good one to speak to.
And it's the sort of thing that, of course, is exactly in Bly's wheelhouse, except for the fact he's actually not very good at religion checks. So
It's terrible at him.
he's pretty terrible at religion checks, but you know, this is definitely like a lawful good type power that we're talking about.
So I mean, how well known is the Underdark in this realm? It's not at
Virtually
all.
non-existent.
Okay, so when you say underground, it wouldn't go. I wouldn't think, oh, the Underdark. You'd be like, oh,
Right,
just
we're not
some
going to talk about the
underground
Underdark as being like a big thing, and like the Duergar like a new occurrence to you guys, but yeah.
So do I know? So I just know a little bit about this.
Yeah, like fairy stories.
Like fairy tales.
Like the Sage of the Dark being someone who lives under the ground and like keeps track of all the things that are under, like what kind of stones are what and what places are safe to dig and what aren't and so forth. It's like invoking a spirit before you go. Same thing, Catholic saint kind of thing.
Okay. So I might go back to. I'm sure there's somebody in the Cozy Hollow that might know more about this than I would.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm gonna go with a chance. I'm just taking this.
Sure. It's really why people watch D&D online, is to see people take notes.
I know, right?
Right?
Oh, it's great. I think
Alright.
basically everything we do in D&D has no reason people would ever actually watch, but what are you gonna do?
Okay, so
Thanks for watching.
thank you.
Right.
So what do we want to do first? Do we want to go to the Dwarf City? Do we want to split up and we can track down information separately, or do you want to? What do you want to do?
I'm not particularly good at gathering most types of information. I'll just put that forward right now. I mean, I can do a certain amount of history research, but these are elements outside of history. They're in religion, and I don't know religious people.
I just want you to know that I'm similarly ill-equipped to help you with this. So if you go in any of these circumstances without any sort of assistance, I think you are really on your own.
Mhm.
About the best I can do is let you in the tower again, and it sounds like that may not be something we want to do if you find this gem.
Open the gem.
if we do find the gem, is there any way to actually destroy these things, or they're just a
I don't know. I mean, again, I really feel like this is outside of what I'm comfortable experimenting with. Have you ever had the sensation of being possessed by another entity or power?
Yes.
So, you know what it's like. And imagine, this is a very powerful magical construct. And imagine that this was to suddenly be unleashed and let loose so that something else had control of it. I don't know where that would end up.
So we need to get them from a.
Look, we either, if we're gonna stop these things from happening, we either need to go to Issachar Kar, which I don't know if I pronounced that right, or we need to go back to where I'm from, because I guarantee that that's who Aylin's giving it to, the one that she has. I don't know anybody else that would even know about these things, much less one.
Well, except for this Keeper of the Seals and the Sage of the Dark.
Neither of whom was gonna hire a thief to steal one for them.
Right, but they know about them.
I think you may need assistance beyond what I can do at this point.
Right. My main concern is how do we stop Aylin from giving away or selling the one that she already has?
Yeah.
How do we stop her from getting now the other two, because one of them's out somewhere in limbo and the other one is...
Well, if we get the second one... Wait, do we know it's in this
We know
Dwarven
there's
city?
another thing in Issachar Kor.
We know that for a fact.
I mean, the three dwarvish cities were both destroyed for having the same thing.
Okay, so...
And from what I gathered, and I don't remember how she knows this, but I remember knowing that Aylin doesn't really know where the other dwarven cities are. That's why we could beat her just Tol Kazad so quickly.
Well, if we get this other one, can you make it disappear like you made that one disappear?
I could make...
You can't leave the tower.
I think that
so,
we need
right?
to get the
That's
other. I think we need to get the other one and bring it to the Keeper of Seals. Personally,
Well, shouldn't we find Keeper of Seals? Chicken and egg.
I'm very concerned about you holding these things for any period of time. And to be honest, I don't want them back in the tower where I can make them disappear. But I need to stay in the tower, or the tower has no direction.
Okay. So if we're gonna get this gem or this thing, and then
I feel like
hold
a
on,
lot-
hold on. If we're gonna get this gem and give it to the Keeper of Seals, we should probably find the Keeper of Seals first. So we know where they are, so that when we get it, we can go right back to them, as opposed to wandering the planet looking for this entity
I
while we
mean,
have this thing that's gonna corrupt all of us in the strikes.
Andrews, you're being quite quiet. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I think you're handling it all very well.
my main worry is simply Aylin finding it before we even go look for it. Now we might be lucky and she goes to Tol Kazad next and spends forever looking for a gem that isn't there anymore.
Can we put it in that order?
I put it in the bag holding before. Sure did.
That's right, you did.
To be frank, that's probably equivalent to what I just...
Okay, well, at least that keeps it out of sight until we do find somebody. Alright. I'm excited about this plan. Let's do this plan.
Okay. So,
Another Dwarven city.
yeah. So that's where we're going first.
Alright. Do you know how to reach the city itself?
I was hoping that you might have information about where it's located.
We've got the knowledge of every...
I do have the knowledge, actually, of the...
Yeah, we...
So I know where the dwarves knew the other cities were.
Like on a map? Like on a map?
I would think so. I don't know.
Well, we can drop a door somewhere. We can certainly do that. But then, do you know how to gain access to the city or anything about what to expect?
I only know...
We haven't so far.
I know the amount that Var knew about it, and as a player, I have no idea how much of that information is.
Like a location and like general historical facts from somebody who had never really visited the city.
I know general historical facts, and I know the location.
Alright. I imagine just be careful. But I'll do my best to get you where you're
I
going.
mean, based upon what we've seen in the previous two places, something horrible has been generated there. What it is, I don't know yet. Whether that's more of these Duergar, whether it's the dark presence. The dark presence is almost a guarantee.
Oh, in the city? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Makes sense. Be interesting to see what it's done better.
Just as a side note, you know, Aurora's always going to opt for the dwarvish thing. I mean, so keep that in mind about.
I'll meet you downstairs in a couple of minutes then. And Bruce, do you want to take a look at something over here with me?
She nods and she follows back to him.
He walks down a few feet. And Bruce, if something goes wrong, I'm not going to let you all back in the tower.
I understand. Is there anything additional you need me to do if something goes wrong?
I think you've went your hands full beyond anything you can handle at that point. I mean, if you're somewhere out in the middle of some frozen wilderness, you're going to be on your own, without access to the tower. And I don't know where anything else is in your world nearby.
I understand. This is definitely a very, very dangerous mission, and one must never underestimate.
Well, maybe you could just encourage everyone to pack up and try to be ready in case they're not able to access the tower on the way back.
Yes. Where shall we get supplies if we are lacking?
I have a few things here, but probably not enough to be helpful in the wilderness.
Okay. Okay, so, after we talk, I go back to my room and I, pick up the things that fell after the explosion.
Oh, and that was weird because it actually only happened in the laboratory. So it
Oh,
had
so
no
that-
effect whatsoever on the rest of the tower.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So she packs them.
They're all
And
still
starts to
your
pack.
things.
And then I go down into the main area with the big dragon head and the table,
Yeah, library. Yeah.
the library, to finish up my packing
Okay.
and wait for everyone else to meet up so I can tell them kind of what we need to do to prepare.
I mean, if this was the meeting place, I'm already there. Everything I've got's in the bag of holding already.
Okay.
No, we're by the door, so.
Okay, I tell you guys that we probably need to go into town. I will just tell you. We need to go into town to get more supplies. We don't know what we're facing, and if anything goes wrong, we can't risk the tower either being discovered or coming after us to save us.
Okay.
How much do I know about the area that this is located in? Because I know
This is
Trajaria pretty well.
So the Tabaxi lands go this way, and this is like the opposite horn. You're going along, so you're running along that Flamewell Mountains that runs like a crescent like this, and you're going basically up against the Northern Sea. You're going to go to like the closest point in the Arctic.
Okay.
It's a thing cold.
So you're expecting the closest civilization will be Goliaths, if anybody,
Okay.
and then otherwise you don't know anybody who lives this far north.
So it's in Goliath lands.
It's like
basically.
Goliaths and monsters, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good summer spot.
Yeah.
Right. Snowbird vacation. That's
So I say we should probably pack extra food,
Extra food, extra warm clothing.
extra warm clothing, anything to start a fire, just in case.
Luckily, you've got those boots of the Winterland.
So yeah, you guys definitely need to pack up because I'll be pretty good.
I mean, I don't have any money anymore. So, whatever's here.
There's a room full of money here. Just go grab some.
Okay.
Is there?
You know, there's been a few treasure rooms you found. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I've been to
right.
the room of money.
Yeah, because I took a bunch.
And took some magical items and so forth. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a place I can buy some of those boots like you have. Is there like a magical item store
In Eastkeep,
in
or
Eastgate?
in general, you might find some like assorted things in Eastkeep, but you don't know of any place that really sells a lot of magical items at this point. You might be able to go looking.
Before I leave, does Faxford have any healing potions there?
I'm gonna go ask him.
Oh yeah.
Like
magic
dust.
items sitting around.
Well, he's coming
got
down the stairs at
gold
this
and-
point to help you open the door. No, I don't really keep anything healing around.
Oh, okay.
Do you have
Would
any
be a good
boots of the
idea.
Winterlands?
No, like Ember's boots. No, I'm sorry, I don't. I don't think so. It's kind of a mess on occasion. I don't believe so.
What do you need? Can we get some money and then we'll go and get some.
You mean me give you money?
Get money from the town.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it?
I don't know why you need my permission to get money from
That's
the town.
true.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So I'll get. I don't know how much. How much would you like? like cold weather gear for everybody, couple weeks of rations. Let's get an estimate.
Yeah, I mean it depends. I mean you could probably get what you need to for less than 100 gold.
Okay, so I'll take like 100 gold then and go into
Yeah, I
town.
think cold weather gear is about 10 gold.
Yeah, I mean,
You can
and it's
buy
really
some
you
stuff.
that needs cold weather gear at this point. So
Oh, is it just me?
pretty much. I mean, Aurora might like some more cold weather gear, but she's pretty well equipped with being a furry and being a.
Well, we could get
Well,
like
cold
tiger.
doesn't get there.
Mountaineers kit or packs or something.
Well, there's a reason why there's like nothing really alive and like.
Yes.
I mean, it might be too cold for her. Like, there's a difference between where she's from a taiga region, and we're talking about an Arctic region.
Right. No, okay.
So, I mean, taigas are cold. Like, Siberia is basically a taiga region, so it's cold, but it's not like North Pole.
So food, climbing gear,
Food, climbing gear, cold weather gear,
cold weather gear,
sleeping gear.
sleeping gear.
Yeah, we want a
But we
cold
should have
weather
that
tent.
already because we're all
Yeah, we all have the adventuring, some form
the
of
adventuring thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but you want a tent that's specifically for cold
Uh,
weather.
yeah, cold weather tent.
And then not firewood, but just something like kindle lighting, just in case I'm too tired or I'm out and you guys need to.
I
start a
can
fire.
literally set a fire anytime I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
fine.
you would need something to
Burn?
burn.
Mm.
Or just, yeah, we could.
Not necessarily, but I mean, if I'm asleep, yeah.
Well, we have a bag of holding. Let's just throw a bunch
Yeah,
of
we would,
firewood. in
yeah, I
it.
was gonna say we just
Yeah.
stuff it with firewood
I mean, I'll go with you so that we can get both bags of holding.
and stuff them with stuff. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, and unless anything majorly eventful is going to happen in town, we can just say we did it.
Yeah.
I've got some town stuff for you guys probably.
Huh?
I've got some town stuff for you guys probably.
Okay,
Okay, we'll go into town
right.
then.
So you're going into town. You are shopping. Yeah. Let's go to one. You arrive back in East
Yeah, that
Keys.
sounds pretty good. The food and the water. Well, I'm assuming there's gonna be snow.
The thing is, I don't.
It's a melt, though.
This Keeper of the Seals, I think we'd be doing much better talking to her
Yeah.
with Arvin.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
Hmm?
That leaves the stage.
It does.
So where are you going?
This is something I bring
just-
up while we're walking around.
Just to, I would start looking around for adventuring shops, like places that sell like hiking gear, camping gear, cold weather gear, that kind of stuff. Just because we want to get those supplies.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
also
get-
looking
get,
for
like-
meat and alcohol.
There you go.
Okay, meat and alcohol. You have some ideas on where to buy that. Sean or Embers and Theophractus, you guys want to make an easy intelligence check?
Yeah, let's
Just
see
like
how easy
roll a
it is. My
d20,
new
make
dice.
it super easy.
Yeah, no.
20.
20. Okay.
To remember my character again.
I said, Aurora's not make it because it's based off something Aurora's being
No, it's based on something they're doing. You guys are about a week into your 2-week process to make your White Dragon Hide armor too. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, there's the armor, there's my gun, which is also about the same amount of time, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you haven't checked in on that, so who knows where that's at.
Oh.
But you guys are about a week in on the 2-week process of making White Dragon Hide armor, just as a
It's
thought.
another week.
We don't want to wait a week.
No.
No,
She's
I
not gonna
want you
wait.
guys to think about that. That's all. It was not
I
a
would
terribly
wait a
tough
week.
check or anything.
Imagine showing up and just being like,
I know, right?
That's right. That would be the appropriate thing to do.
That would, yeah.
So meat and liquor. Are you gonna go look, or meat and drink? Are you looking somewhere other than the Night Watch? Or are you just gonna go straight there?
No, I mean, I'm actually gonna probably try to buy some stuff straight from the McBrewers
Uh huh.
because I just want to get like a lot of beer.
Sure.
You know, just like my own keg or whatever,
Sure.
and jam it in the bag of holding.
They have travelers' caves. That's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And you know,
Then you want those
then
two.
like a butcher shop to just buy like a side of beef.
Sure. Sure. So you go get a couple of small kegs of beer from the brewers. They love you. They give you wholesale prices. It's great.
I also
The deal
get
is
some
like if
hangover cure.
Yeah, they've got that too. That's no problem. You know, you spend like 10 gold and you are just loaded to bear at McBrewer's. And then you go to a butcher's and you find like a half a deer.
Nice.
How about that?
Good.
You got a half a deer. That should do plenty of stuff for you.
That's plenty.
Okay, Embers, what do you need?
don't need cold gear. I'm gonna buy a bunch of rations.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
some kindle just in case.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I already have a bedroll and all of that, so I'm gonna buy a tent.
Okay.
That can fit at least like 4 people.
Because we're going to
And-
tend to that.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy like snowshoes just in case, like the big
Sure.
tennis rackets you put on your feet.
Okay, now the good news for you is your Boots of the Winterlands already do all that for you.
Yeah.
Never mind. I look down and I go, oh.
You do not have difficult terrain when you're moving in snow. Cool.
But I want to buy snowshoes.
Sure.
For me, and well, are you gonna have to?
So you spend like 10 gold to buy
Okay.
all that stuff in the general Eastkeep market. Since the
Aw,
city's so
yeah,
militarized, that's all their favorite stuff to sell.
It's same kinds of stuff.
Okay.
I mean, she's used to walking
Cool,
around
right
on
here.
snow in bare feet, so.
Well, I'll get a couple
She's gonna
sets.
do.
I'll get a couple sets of snowshoes if they
Sure.
have them, just in case.
Just stick them in the bag. You spend like 12 gold between all that and cold weather gear.
And then, am I by myself or are you guys with me? Because you went off to
So I
make
guess
brewers,
we'll do
right?
it.
So
I went off to McBrewers and.
You guys
We
were
could-
shopping together.
Yeah, because we're probably
So-
getting the same stuff.
So I want to check in back at Cozy Hollow to see if something that is getting worked on is getting. And then I
Okay.
can ask about the sage thing while I'm there too. So do you want to come or do you want to hang out here? Or?
I'll assist you. I have to duck, don't I?
You're gonna be like elbow crawling almost.
It's not quite that small. You'll have to duck, yes. But some of the rooms are big, so you know. Hey.
Like, don't like. She is.
Oh, you're like
about
6 feet tall, huh? Yeah, you're gonna be on your hands and knees.
6'4", yeah.
With like sweeping horns, you find there are like some new issues there. Yeah.
Just like scream.
Yeah, she's 6'4" with ram's horns. It's,
There's a little bit of an issue there. So yeah, when you get to Cozy Hollow,
And
are you
you're
going to
not
pursue
stupid.
going inside, or are you going to stay outside?
Yeah, maybe she's
I'm okay. I'm decent dexterity.
It's just not fun. You don't
No.
have fun going into Cozy Hollow.
no, but it's not like Aurora who's got a +5 on her deck, so she can just.
Just like does a squat the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just walk on your hands and feet if you want. Any of the above. Okay. So you're going to Cozy Hollow. What are you going to do while you're there?
I want to go see. I don't remember his name. The guy, the artificer who's working on the
Shin Devil, who's working on your gun.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He's like your down the hall neighbor.
Yeah, he's like right down the hall
So
from
you
me.
just like walk like you're going to go to your house, and then you walk down
keep
to the
going.
next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Actually,
She Devil.
I'll be waiting outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not for everyone. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Good.
So, we're gonna be going on a trip here, and I just wanted to check in to see if
Tap something on his table. Okay.
I want to see if the gun that you're working on is done. How far along you come with that?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I called in some extra people and I've got it done.
Ooh,
So.
that's exciting. Here's my receipt.
Right. Okay. That's my handwriting. And he pulls out like a nice wooden box,
Uh-huh.
and he opens it up, and then sitting there like in a nice piece of linen like that is a big shiny 4-cylinder handgun.
Ooh.
It's pretty much the same handgun you gave him before, but now it's been polished.
Yeah.
And that's about all you know. And you put it in a box. You polish it and put it in a box.
Okay. So, how's it work? What's it do? Does it just behave the same way it worked before?
Yeah, you shoot things with it still.
Right.
Right.
Does it do extra hurty things?
Well, it's magically enhanced. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
That's what you were looking for.
Oh yeah, definitely was magic. So yeah, this is great. All right. Well, let me. I thank you.
Simple enough, right?
Yeah, simple enough.
Yep.
Looks
and
nice. I might at some point have another. If this works out, I might at some point have another pistol for to do the same thing too.
That's fine. I'm always interested in doing more work. It's good to get a little extra money.
Yeah. And I know Aurora seems to be happy with the flying guillotine that you made for her.
Has she used it yet?
Yeah.
Good.
It works well.
That's good
From
to
what I
hear.
hear. It works well, right?
I have a
You
D20
collapse
here. I
into
know.
all your heads.
I think I did. I don't
I
remember.
put them on D20.
Oh, yeah, in that one
I didn't
fight.
pre-pull my dice.
Yeah.
That's my own fault. All right, awesome. So, behind you, you hear a loud thump. Ow!
What's that? What?
And when you turn around, someone is trying to stick a large bag over your head.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I will.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess I'll
do
roll
that.
initiative.
Did I see this guy walk in?
Oh, thanks very much.
Oh, I didn't do anything. I was.
No, you pointed it out. I need that. Did you see that guy? No, you just said you were
Oh,
sitting outside.
Jesus!
Yeah.
This is
You
a
roll
no
one.
walking
I
in
rolled
no.
a 1.
Hey, you know what happens
Awesome.
when you don't have Aurora around?
You roll a 1.
I rolled a 1. That's not true. I roll ones when you're around
do
too.
all the time.
Okay.
But I'm there to save your bacon.
I am ready for you to make your strength athletics roll. That will be the only grappling check you ever fail.
Yeah, I know,
Remember,
right?
this is how you open spaghetti.
Did you roll the big die? Because then you deserve it if it happens.
Okay, I'll roll the big die instead.
You don't
Yeah.
have to. It's good
No,
either
he
way.
rolled his
It
7.
was a 7 plus 5, so 12.
Cool.
Might be
You are like
enough.
the
I beat
world's
you.
strongest man.
Uh,
Of course, I know, right?
It's like improbable how strong you are.
Oh, there you go.
I love the 20.
And I still want to do the bar brawler thing because like
You were in a bag.
I'm in a bag.
You're in a bag.
Okay. I will get my sword and start cutting my way out of the bag.
Okay, so you're like pulling like this. First off, you were in a bag, so trying to get your sword free is kind of hard. And all of a sudden, you feel somebody going like this, like they're like patting you, like you're being like grandma patted on the side. Stop it! Just stay in the bag.
Good thing it's not a bag of holding.
Says
because it would've
Shindable.
exploded.
You're pretty sure it's the same. And now the bag is being drugged.
So normally I like adventures.
There's no talking in a bag.
Bags are silent.
Whose rule is that?
I think they're hijacking you for Vegas, man.
You're getting married. You don't know it. Bachelor party.
I know, right? All right, I'll be quiet. Sure, I'll be nice and quiet as you drag me through the bag. You gonna tell me what this is about?
They just keep patting you, like they're like hitting your shoulder or your ribs or things like that. And again, it's like being patted by your grandma.
All right, fine. Take me where you're gonna take me. I'll quietly hum.
Every so often, they pat you again, and it doesn't seem to stop going. It's fine. Now you're being carried, and you can tell the difference because suddenly the bag is like lifted up, and you seem to be like being suspended between two things.
Is it much further, Papa Smurf?
That time, it wasn't very grandmotherly.
I know, right?
Please references.
You don't look at them also.
I guess I will wait.
Time passes. You've been outside Cozy Hollow for roughly 45 minutes by this point.
At this point, I kind of open the door, stick my head in, and I go, Theophraxis!
An older gnome lady walks up, and she's wearing like an apron. She's got a ring of keys on her side, and another ring of keys over here, and her hair's like pulled back in a little bun. Are you looking for Theophraxis?
Yes.
You know how boys are. He's probably got distracted. He's probably working on something.
I'm gonna roll to see if I buy that.
Somebody's gonna get that, and you're probably not care at all. Never mind.
And then I'm not using this dice anymore. How would I detect her deception? Or her telling the truthness?
Okay, sure. Yeah, insight.
9.
Definitely, her opinion is that he's probably just gotten lost in some project.
I go, yeah, that kind of sounds
From
like
what
him.
you know of me, it's
So I'm
probably
gonna go back outside, kind of wait a little bit longer.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, where are you taking me?
You are now. You are in a large, empty room.
Okay.
It is like big enough that you cannot see the edges of it, even with your dark vision. There are no torches or anything like that.
Okay.
And as the bag comes down off of you, there are 4 gnome-sized individuals standing there in gray robes. I mean, you're imagining it's gray. It's dark vision. Everything's gray.
Okay.
One of them's holding a staff. One of them has their hands kind of like this, like they're gonna say something, and they're like waiting for like a jump scare. And one of them looks like they're probably a little younger than you, if you had to guess. And then there's the 4th one, and they're all standing around. And at the point the bag comes down, the one with his hands like this goes, "Boo!"
Ah! Ah?
You were talking too much the whole way here. You ruined it. And you recognize like the deeper and more gravelly voice of Lumpilius, the other owner of Cozy Hollow.
Oh. Well, what did he ruin?
Doom! And the guy with the staff hits the staff on the ground.
Joining a fraternity, bro.
I know, right?
Pretty much.
Bringing out a goat, dude. It's no good.
Boom!
Goats and
Enough talk!
Done.
Theophraxis.
Yes.
And I'm going to exert all of your other long names here because I don't remember. Theophraxis Winterfoot.
Yes.
You have been called here as an adventurer Is it true that you seek under the earth for the treasures of the world and to find lost knowledge?
Always. And a good beer.
Yes, that's also good. It's been proposed that you be made a member of the important and illustrious Finders Society. And he's puncturing this by tapping on the ground with his staff.
Ooh. A secret society?
Yes, it's a secret society.
How secret?
You can still wear the pin and the badge, and you can tell other gnomes about it.
Is there a handshake?
Not yet. You have to go through it's a handshake, but you're not at that point yet. You have to go through the initiation.
There's initiation. Okay. Alright.
Are you interested?
Sure. I'm kind of in a... You know what? Forget it. This sounds more fun.
It's no society
Excellent.
for the preservation of dwarvish antiquities.
Do you swear to keep the secrets of the Finders Society under pain of torture?
No, yes.
As best as I can.
And the younger one now turns around, and he goes like this, and you see him pull out a flaming hot brand. And he's pointing it now directly at you.
You don't want to do that,
walking up
son.
towards you. And you can hear it like sizzling at the tip here.
I want to snatch it from his hands.
Just the tip.
Okay, go ahead. This is going to be, again, a grappling check. Excellent.
I know, this is so hard. 8.
Excellent. He beat you handily. And as you are trying to grab this, you're really close to the hot end, and you're trying to like not grab the hot end. So it's like it's still pointing at you as you're going around like this.
Yeah.
And the guy with the staff hits the ground again. He says, "Son, you're just supposed to stand there. This is just an initiation.
That's gonna hurt.
You just let go and let him finish."
Alright.
And he points it at you, and it's still like a good 2 feet away from you. He says, "Under pain of torture, do you agree to keep the secrets of our society?" And he's got the thing, and he's like holding it like this.
Sure.
Fine. And they put the brand down. All right, show him the secret handshake, and they spin you around. And now Shindibble like pulls back his cowl just enough so you can see his face, and he starts showing you the secret handshake.
That's amazing. Let me try.
No.
No. Okay.
All right, that's it.
Cool. Alright. So,
Give him the medallion.
is that
And
yeah, is there a hat?
you turn around, and Lapilius is holding like a medallion like this that he's going to put around your neck. And it's got a picture of a compass, and put your head down. Puts it on. And then when you turn around now, the man with the staff hits the staff on the ground again, and he reaches down and he hands you a robe.
Oh, rogue.
Is it, what color is it?
It's great.
Ah,
Put it on.
put it on.
Put it on.
It's kind of a dull kind of robe. Jewels or
When you're down ground, you'll notice. Besides, you can put the medallion on. You can put the other pieces on.
fair enough.
And now, clunk, and he hits the staff on the ground again. And Shindibble holds up a bottle of hooch. He says,
Yeah.
"No." They pour it. Everybody's pouring it. And so, anyways, now everybody has drinks,
Yeah.
and you're all standing around to the Finders Society.
To the Finders Society.
You all hit together your little and it is like it's basically like rubbing alcohol with a little bit of like alcohol in it. It's pretty rough stuff.
Okay.
Yep. So good stuff.
All right. So, are there like meal vouchers at the inn for this? Do I get like an allowance? I mean, what
This
happens
gnome
next?
pulls back his hood a little bit, the one with the staff, and he hits it on the ground again. Son, it's very simple. You're in the Finders Society.
Uh-huh.
You're going to find things, and you're going to, it's a gnomish society.
Okay.
We have
Perfect.
meetings once a month.
Awesome.
You come out and you do the handshake.
So there's cake and things like that.
You can bring cake.
Awesome.
Yep. In fact, put him down for cake next month.
Perfect.
We got that one, okay.
I'm getting that feat. There's no way around it.
So, welcome to the Finders Society.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to being a fully participating member of this wonderful and
Glad you
illustrious
said it. Come on over this
long-term
way. They grab you by the elbow and they start walking you down this room.
But I have a lot more to say about my
Yeah,
honor.
keep talking. It's all right. Keep going.
So I'm very happy to be a part of this.
And we're here.
Long.
That's enough. All right. And they show you right here. There's like a stone dock sticking out, and you seem to be in a little bit of a natural cave.
Uh-huh.
The humans here, and all those caves here.
Oh, cool. Very good to know. This is part of the secret thing too. I shouldn't tell anyone about.
Yeah, probably not. Because, and they point out in the distance, and there is a ship.
Ooh. What kind of ship?
Looks like a small caravel, like a normal sailing type ship, but the difference is it's in a stone cave under the ground.
So that's pretty neat.
What?
The ship,
It's a ship.
but it's underground.
It's underground.
They don't often see that.
Right.
I haven't yet. It's pretty neat.
There's no water. It's
Okay.
just sitting on, like it has like those supports for ships when they're in dry dock. It's sitting on supports.
So why is it down here?
And with that, they point at the younger one, and he opens up the plans and puts them down on the table. And there is a picture of a giant dirigible type balloon, and the rigging that would hold it to the ship.
Oh my.
That's the real secret.
Flying machine.
Imagine a ship that travels in the air.
I can imagine it.
This will be the first of its kind.
It's amazing.
So,
So how far have you gotten? I mean, how are you going to maintain the ballast? How are you going to connect everything together? How are you going to make sure that, I mean, once it goes up in the air, I mean, think about this, because the weight's going to be like, you got to get rid of the
you
weight.
said that he was going to make a choice for this, and Shindle goes, "Oh, he talks a lot, but he's going okay, Mom."
Well, of course I talk a lot. It's that's part of the package.
So we're going to build the balloon
Mm-hmm.
that will hold it, and we'll fill it with a magical gas that will keep it aloft, and it will need something to move
I know
forward.
someone who helped with the magical gas.
All right. So that'll be useful too. We need that probably.
Okay.
Shindle thinks he has it conquered, but maybe you have a better idea.
Yeah.
It needs a power source.
Uh-huh.
We need to be able to move it forward.
Okay.
Winds are very strong. Can you imagine it just being buffeted around by the winds?
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun at all. How are you going to keep it stable so it doesn't turn upside down? Flop around.
It's a great question. Felton Weddle, how are we doing that? He said, what is it? He's pointing out on the diagram, there's a series here of little rudders that control back and forth how it's moving, and it should, in theory, keep it stable.
But if you look at this, this looks like a weak point here. How are you going to reinforce the buttress there so that it doesn't break off in strong wind?
I'm not really sure you understand how this works, but maybe if we go back and forth on this later on, we can figure out if there are any actual structural weak points.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, you just didn't show up and look at these plans for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Have you ever built a flying machine before?
Yeah. It didn't work, but yeah.
I don't think that qualifies. So now he's getting a little salty with you. But anyways, the general thought is these 4 guys seem to think they can build a ship that will fly through the air.
That is amazing.
Now, you have to understand, this is a top secret gnomish invention.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows about this yet.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. You have to remember nobody knows about this yet.
Okay. Like even, is it just for the society, or can I just
Find
go
your
up?
society.
Okay, so I can't like go to.
Grithelda, and
yeah,
go
I
ask
know
her, hey, we
Grithelda.
built a flying machine in your basement, is that okay?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
don't
she
do
doesn't know
that.
about that.
No,
Okay.
Lumpilius here is going to make sure that she doesn't find out about it until we need to.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Well, I have to get going someplace. And actually, I have a question to ask you guys too. But yeah, as soon as I come back, I can start.
Think about a power source. Think about how we're going to keep this thing moving. It's got to have a certain amount of energy to keep moving, otherwise it'll probably just get pushed around in a circle.
Sure. Okay. All right. I will put my mind to finding a power source that will move this thing.
And Felton Weddle says, I call it the Kestrel.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. It's a good start.
So,
Does that have a code name, or is that the actual final name we're going to use?
you don't like the Kestrel?
No, I like the Kestrel, but sometimes you want a code name that we talk about.
Don't talk about it.
Oh, we don't talk about it.
Otherwise you're just going to give it away. You seem like you talk a lot.
Yeah, it's helped.
Right, okay. Anyways, find your society.
Finder Society, Kestrel,
The Kestrel.
magic power source. I know. I'm on it.
Alright, sounds good. We should probably show you the layout.
Yeah.
It's a lot of climbing.
Okay.
So you've got like this back and forth seesawing, like switchback way of going back up towards the
Known passages.
the higher level. So you were somewhere on like level 8, if there was a level 8 Cozy Hollow.
Nice. So how many levels down does this actually go? Is that the basement,
Or
or
we just have to get to the caves. I mean, there's no point otherwise drilling down this deep. I mean, nobody's going to go down here, but we had to get to the caves.
who found the caves?
Methalin found it. But you know what? He also doesn't walk around that well. That's why he's got the staff, I think. So this is Felton Weddle's talking with you as you go up. So, you know, it's got a cave down there. There's a place to put the ship.
So, not that maybe you haven't thought of this already, but how are we going to get the ship out once it's built?
Oh, the caves go all the way down to the river.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very good. So while I have you guys here and we're talking about underground things,
And this is basically just Felton Weddle's walking you up at this point. The older guys all stay back.
so while you're here, have you ever heard of the Sage of the
Sage in the Dark.
Sage in the Dark?
Sage in the Dark.
Sage in the Dark?
It's like a kid's story, isn't it?
That's what I hear. Yeah, but I was hoping to find out more information on it. I don't know anything that's okay.
I mean, we were just in the dark. I didn't see anybody looking around trying to tell us what's what.
I know, right?
But
think,
I mean,
especially with
what's the
ship
story?
thing.
It's like back in the old days, the rock gnomes found their way down underground and learned how to do stuff instead of playing around in the forests because of the Sage in the Dark, something like that. Something
Sounds
like
like
that.
fun.
Something like
Yeah, it sounds close enough.
that. All right.
Cool.
By the way, I think you know my grandfather.
Do what?
I think you know my grandfather,
What's his name?
Grandhammer. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Bulgar Grandhammer.
Do I know that?
Yep. He was the guy you apprenticed under who was terribly mean and works in the armory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I apprenticed with him for a little bit. I don't think he liked me very much.
Well, I don't think he does still. So.
Oh,
Yep.
well, reputations are hard to get over sometimes.
Nobody
But you know what? But I'll work on that.
That's not a big deal.
I've
So-
turned over a new leaf. I'm a completely different gnome than I was before.
All right. Well, I guess that's good. So yeah, if you have any ideas on power sources, let me know.
Okay, yeah. Secret Society,
Right.
cave, power sources. Got it.
And that's the door up there to level 4, so you should be fine from here.
All right.
Don't wear the robe. You should take the robe off. Really.
Okay. Take the robe off. Stuff in the bag holding.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope to meet again and do the secret handshake thing.
Right.
Work that out.
It's getting there. It's getting there. All right.
All right. Talk to you later then.
Okay.
Bye. And I'll go back to Shindible's room
Okay.
and get the gun
You have the gun.
and look at it. Ooh,
It's worth that.
Give
It's
it a
worth
hug.
Yeah.
And I will sort of wander out. I'll stop by the communal area, see if there's any like snacks or anything that's sitting out like they were last time. If they're all grab one.
You found a
Grab
muffin?
two.
Yeah. Okay. You got 2 muffins.
Okay, and then I'll go up and out.
Yeah.
So,
Embers. It's been 2 hours.
it's bright out here. Wow, you still there?
I gotta
finally
say,
looked
Aurora
down at
probably
you.
was doing something for 2 hours.
Are you still wearing the robes?
No, I took the road.
I kind of look at you and
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I'm sorry I'm late.
I bend down.
I'm part of a secret society now. It's cool.
That's what a lot of people say before they rip out someone's heart.
I don't think that's gonna happen with this one, but if it does, I will die knowing that you were right.
As long as we're clear on that.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate the warning, but I got my new gun. It's a beauty. It's enchanted,
That's nice.
Very shiny.
and it's enchanted.
Did they give you a hat with the secret society?
Oh, didn't they? No.
Robe
You know
and
what?
widow.
I am not actually supposed to talk about the secret society.
Secret what?
Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
that. There's no secret society going on here at all. Nothing.
Nothing with short people running around doing things and. Okay.
Correct. Well, there was one, but that was to scare me. But I guess I spoiled the surprise. But in general, there seems like there's no one going like on a regular basis.
She laughs because she's like visualizing like a gnome, going like a little robe.
You gotta get your
I just
money.
saw Raj from Big Bang Theory.
If I could like interrupt really quick,
Yep.
this was great because I just finished reading like yesterday the part in Going Postal by Terry Pratchett about the initiation for the like postman service.
Okay.
So this is like very akin to that. It was really great.
I love my Terry Pratchett. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, Aurora. So they've been gone for hours, and they left you basically with beer and me.
Right.
So what have you been doing?
Which
to
I
keep yourself
got
busy?
really early on.
Yep. So what came next?
I mean, I've
Like
been
your
in
beard.
Eastkeep before, like for long periods of time, right?
Sure. Yep.
So I probably know where one can find a fighting pit.
Not really a thing they do here as much. They've got the military, and they're basically pretty boring.
They don't do any like underground things that you're not allowed to talk about twice.
That's not really something that's happened here that you've seen.
Oh.
They are pretty lame that way.
Did we establish like a meetup point?
Probably not. I would assume the bar.
Yeah, I think that's just like de facto now.
All right, then if I don't know of an underground fight club, then I probably just go to the bar.
Okay. So you've been hanging out at the Night Watch, and there's nobody entertaining. Mathilda's not even on the floor or anything like that. Vost is like just like cleaning glasses and setting out drinks, and just does not look like he's having like the best time ever.
Is there like anybody there clientele wise?
There's a good number of people, but they're just drinking people. Nobody's really trying to have a good time or anything.
Hey, Vost.
Aurora, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I thought you were going to be off on business for a bit.
Yeah, I thought so too. We're just in town to get some supplies.
It's a hard life.
Yeah. Doesn't look like much is happening here.
No, boring, but people are drinking, so it keeps them busy.
Yeah. Do you want me to play anything? I don't know when my friends are ever going to get here.
Sure, you're welcome to.
Okay. I'll try to liven the place
Yeah,
up a
feel
little.
free to pep it up. They're going to be sad when you leave, though.
I know. So I'll start playing because why not?
I'm going to make a performance check,
Mhm.
blow them all away.
It wasn't a great performance check. It was an 11, so
And the hard part is, it's really more like the crowd isn't into it. It's
Yeah.
like you got all the people who were already just, they came here because they were going to get drinking, and they kept drinking. And
right.
it's like, you just don't have the right kind of energy for this
Okay.
crowd.
So I just stop after a little while and go like, yeah, you're right, dead room.
Yeah, sorry, that's kind of how it's been all day.
No, it's kind of how my life has been for the past couple days. So.
And with that, he pours you a drink. I know what that means.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I don't get, like, I've met a person that's like half a devil, and they're just all such boring people.
What's your friend with the...
Yeah, her.
I'm pretty okay with that.
Yeah, no, I guess. I mean,
Boring devils.
it's just, I don't know. I guess I expected something different from a half devil. You know?
So glad I really don't.
I mean, well, she does keep trying to catch me on fire. So there's that. So that spices up our relationship. But you know, it's just like I feel like I want something more from life.
Yeah. I gotta say, Aurora, you were way too exciting to, like, be here.
Yeah.
I don't really have, like, a way I can say, like, oh, yeah, but it's not like when somebody comes in here and they're like, oh, my kids are a pain, or like, man, they just won't stop talking, or like, I have all these customers that come in, I just can't get my work done. I don't have, like, a fix for that.
No. I mean, just between you and I, it's like, there's this huge orcish invasion, and every time I say, like, hey, let's go kill all of them, it's like, oh, let's find a reason to not kill all the orcs. And you know what? It's like, you either are completely against the orcs or you're an orc sympathizer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about all that, but I'm really glad that we don't have any problems with that yet.
No.
I mean, I know we're supposed to keep a watch, and we say night watch, and we're going to be here if something happens, we're going to know about it because we're always here and we're right next to the gates, but I really don't want there to be an invasion.
I mean, I don't think it's likely to happen anytime soon.
I was,
but
like that time where I got turned to stone, I don't want that to happen again
oh,
either.
you got turned to stone too?
Yes. Did I not tell you all that?
All I knew is that Mathilda got turned to stone.
Yeah, I think I was about 2 days after that. I don't know the time, it's weird, but I mean, if it wasn't for the priest of Palor, I would probably still be stone.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What, you didn't turn me to stone? You didn't turn me to stone, did you?
Oh, I ain't turned to stone.
All right,
It's just
shooting in the bar and, things like that. Just normal stuff.
yeah, just normal stuff.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. That gnome, he has PTSD or brain damage or something. I don't know what's wrong with the guy.
There's several gnomes in town that have guns, and I don't ever see them shooting bars.
No, I mean he's. It's like he's smart, but he's unbelievably stupid at the same time.
Yeah, but it's like, how many gnomes have cats encouraging them to shoot them in the bar and stuff like that?
I mean, that was part of the show, and the audience was warned about it ahead of time.
You are all a little bit hyperactive as far as I can tell. It's like,
I mean,
there's something extra going on.
I'm hyperactive because that's what gets people drinking the beer and having a good time.
Speaking of which, where is Arvin? Because I worry about you guys if I don't see him around. Because you've got a half-devil, a gnome who likes to shoot people in bars, and you. And I'm not sure which of the three of you is the most dangerous, but, he's at least relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he's boring and that he's not going to do anything.
I mean, yeah, but he's also the kind of guy that would get jumped into a secret society and then instantly tell everybody about it. You know what I mean?
Arvin?
Oh, no, I meant the gnome.
Oh.
Sorry.
It sounds like something gnomes would do.
Arvin's a good guy, but he could be... Of all of us, I feel like he's the easiest to corrupt. Like somebody that's that rigid, they break.
Interesting.
You've got to be flexible in this life, you know? You have to know how to play a fool when you want to.
I believe that part. That part makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
So here's the thing that I know about wars. Soldiers die, right?
Sure.
Like, medics die.
Sure.
Bystanders die.
Yeah.
The people that entertain and serve the beer, we're the ones that live. Everybody wants to be entertained. Everybody wants alcohol.
Let's hope that stays right. A little while later, Embers and Theophraxis have appeared. You guys are there now.
Hey.
Hello.
You're not going to shoot anybody, right?
No, I'm sorry about that.
All right.
I'll have a beer though.
Make that 3. 1 for him, 2 for me.
I'll take 2 then.
Okay, make that 4.
It's fine. As long as you're paying.
Just keep pouring. We'll tell you when to stop.
How?
Hey.
How you doing? I got a new toy.
Yeah?
It's kind of cool. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know how cool it is, but
Is it a gun?
of course it is. But it's the same helpful gnome who built your guillotine
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gotta use that more.
made this, so I'm looking forward to it. It's really shiny, but I'm not gonna take it out here anymore. I don't want to scare anybody. I would have taken the whole box back to my back to my room. So
Yeah, you got the fancy box back at your room. That's good.
So how soon are we planning on decamping?
Well, I think we could probably go anytime, right? We've got all the rations we need, we've got all the gear. I didn't know if you would need snowshoes. I got them just in case anyway.
It doesn't hurt to have them.
And
We could go in a week. We could go in a week.
we're gonna wait for a week.
We could.
Why are we gonna wait for a week?
Because then we'll have our armor by then. Or fancy new clothes by then.
Yeah. I
Or
mean,
fancy new clothes?
do you think that's gonna make a difference for this stuff? I mean, as far as waiting. I mean,
Well, with
you know.
Ayla, we would probably want to move fast, but knowing Ayla, am I saying her name right?
Aelin. Yep.
I mean, there's an
It's
N
good.
at the
It's
end.
good. You're doing good.
But knowing Aelin, she will always be kind of one step ahead of you. So
She wasn't a step ahead of us until Kazad. Although maybe now she has it since Faxburn went blasted into limbo like a jackass.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I would love to have the new one myself, but if
Not that I necessarily know that it was limbo. By the way, when I heard the story of the Sage in the Dark, I thought it was a story about the Sage in the Dark, not the Sage in the Dark.
but I understand. Kind of like the oregano in the dark, or the
Yes!
I got you. Because cave sage is really good.
I mean, it's good, it's flavorful.
Yeah, adds an extra little kick to it,
Mm-hmm.
like cave mushrooms.
Yeah. Sometimes I just eat sage straight off the branch. But sometimes I also eat house plants, so...
How does that work with your digestive?
I mean, it's a house plant. No, I eat it because my stomach hurts. You eat a house plant or two, then you're good to go.
Huh, good to know. Good to know. So I mean, it's up to you guys. I can wait or whatever.
Now let's go. She drinks one more beer and
See you.
heads out the
You go.
door.
It's a vote. I go
it's
either
been
way.
decided.
All right. I guess we'll go then. We can come back. We'll get it. We'll be there waiting for us.
Plans are
Yeah,
for
we'll come
suckers,
back.
she says right before
we'll come
walking
back.
out the door.
That's right. Take that, plans. Okay. Where are you going?
I think we should leave
Wherever
the
the
town.
cat's going.
Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
should leave town and find some secluded place and do the door thing. Right?
Okay. Then you go back to the tower.
Are we going back to the tower?
I thought we were just going.
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna go to the.
Well, I think we have to go to the tower to go to Issachar's core,
Do we? Okay.
Well, I mean, unless you guys want to walk the whole way there.
which is
Oh,
it's very far.
Sure. Sure.
We'll
All
go
right,
as far as the tower will take us.
we'll do that.
So you're at the tower. Cool.
Next burn.
Yes, Theophraxis.
We're back.
That was fast. This is just for supplies.
Yeah, it was just supplies. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Great.
So I guess we need help with the door to get us to.
Oh yes. Let me come down. He comes down the stairs. You'll look well. That's great.
Yes.
Okay. So we're trying to open a door somewhere north.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have an idea of where it is in mind?
Oh yeah, I know where it is.
All right. Do you want to open the door? Do you want me to do it?
I can try, I guess.
Okay. Why don't you try?
All right, so let's put a
You
wisdom
can make a
roll.
wisdom check, yeah.
That's 17.
Okay. With that, you open a door. In the distance, as you go through the door, you can see snow in like blinding flurries flying through the air. It's very busy, very, what's the term? Cold, very loud. And we're going to break right there before we go into looking at Issachar's car, the Cold Stone. So, coming back after this break with more Infinity Tower. Everyone look forward to that, and we will see you guys real soon, Mike. We're back. We are now ready to talk about our promos and then go on to playing the game. Ambient Realms. Check them out at ambientrealms.com. Great for your game for ambient sounds and effects such as... I really gotta turn up the volume. They support Huntington's Disease Society of America and Autism Speaks. Also, check out Arknight.com, where you can find products from Arknight, such as these flat plastic minis. Wonderful, enjoyable, large, flat plastic things for your games.
Don't
They're
enjoy
ready
them
for
too
commit.
much.
Once they buy
Love
them,
your minis.
hands are off. You know, all bets are off. We have follower giveaways every 25 followers. We also have subscriber giveaways every so often. Subscribers. We're doing great. Thank you guys for watching. I don't have any idea where we are close to our goals, so I'm just going to keep going.
We're 8 away.
Thank
We're
you.
only 8 away.
8 away from getting some stuff. We would love for you guys to get some stuff. We love giving away because we really like people watching. We appreciate that. Tomorrow, Adrenochrome.
Yeah. It is going to be the continued month of May in Pandemic Legacy because we died the first time around. But, well, we failed. Our characters didn't actually die. Your characters can die in Pandemic Legacy, but we're not dead.
Hey,
We just forgot about the special abilities of 2 of the characters, which caused us to make a lot of very poor decisions.
is there a lot of drinking during this game?
No.
Okay.
It was just we brought back in a character we hadn't played in a little while, and we'd forgotten about one of his special abilities. And I got really paranoid about another character for no good reason. So
Maybe there should be more drinking.
I think there should always be more drinking.
All right. Well, you can activate that tomorrow. Act on that.
Drinking
Okay.
powers activate.
That's right. And for us, check us out at timetotabletop.com. The sound is like this. That's the sound of the drinking powers activated. Follow us on Twitch, comment, give us ideas, hashtag Infinity Tower, and prepare for more exciting action as our group reaches the lands outside of Issachar's car, the Cold Stone. Issachar's car. You are in the snow. It is cold. There is a strong wind blowing. Visibility is very short, so you can just see a little ways in front of you right now. There, I already said it's cold. There's wind. It's a little bit snowy. Okay. It's
Okay.
loud.
I'm gonna try to smell if there's danger on the wind.
Okay.
I guess that's a
Yeah,
perception
make that a
check.
perception check. Yeah.
18.
Oh, it smells lifeless
Okay.
and cold.
All right. I don't think I've really got any way of orienting myself, so... I mean, we can't even see if there are mountains nearby.
You're definitely on a mountain.
Okay.
You can feel the cold stone beneath your feet. You see the granite, but you're not sure exactly where you are in relation to anything else at this point.
Okay. I am going to try to get my bearings, I guess.
All right. Survival check.
Sure.
Let's do a survival check.
Can I help her?
Can you help her? How are you going to help her?
Put my finger over there.
I don't
Hold it
think
up.
either of us are
Which
trained
way is
in
the wind coming
survival.
from?
Your finger's really cold now, and the wind is blowing directly across your finger in a very
I
strong
only got a 9,
motion.
so I'm still very confused.
It's kind of like that. It's very confusing out here. You're farther north than you're used to.
Oh.
Visibility is very short. It's cold, really cold.
Fire?
Already?
I
gotta
don't
get
know.
started.
Can you like maybe see a bit further? What's the ground like?
You're on like rock, like you're on a mountain that's barely covered by snow.
Okay, so if I take, I want to very carefully taking a breath. I mean, if it's too cold, I'll stop. But I want to take in a breath to kind of like try to figure out if the air feels light, like we're really high up, or if it's
You're really high up.
okay, we are really high up. Rocking really high up.
Well, my abilities only extend for a 1 foot cube, so not particularly.
Hey, Allison, I thought that you had advantage in moving on like typical terrain. You don't. You just get to. Oh no! Sorry. This is
Okay.
one of those bullet points that should be 2 bullet points. You're good.
Okay, I was
You
gonna be
are
like,
good.
well, then at that point I did buy the.
You would have
Yeah,
gotten the
yeah.
shoes.
You're good. It should be 2 different bullet points here. Okay, continuing on.
So I'll just pick up a rock. I mean, what does a rock look like? Does it look like rock
Like granite.
sea? Yeah.
I mean, the best thing I could do is like clear out 30 feet around us.
Like, does it move with us, or does it?
No, it would
stuck in-
just happen, and then it would go back to the snow again. I would just be affecting all of the snow within 30 feet for about 6 seconds, which I don't see how that's really
Yeah, I
particularly
don't know.
useful.
Yeah.
It's not so cold that any of you are suffering any effects of it being really cold, but it's cold. And there's this very strong wind that, of course, makes it feel quite a bit colder.
Well, do we pick a direction and start walking?
I think that would be a bad idea when there's no visibility and we're on a mountain.
Yeah. How far is the visibility?
Not far. 20 feet, 30 feet.
It's not that we would walk up a cliff.
You're under a pretty, I mean, you're on a broad surface of mountain. There's some areas where it gets a little bit higher, it looks like. You know, you're seeing big outlines, but it's a lot of snow and it's a lot of wind.
Okay, so I'm moving slowly so that I can basically use my elemental attunement to clear out a 1 foot cube of snow wherever I'm moving, in the hopes that I start spotting some sort of telltale dwarven markings.
Sure.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Okay, so you're doing that. That's fine.
I'll follow closely behind her.
Sure. So you guys have passive perceptions that are fairly high here, right?
Yeah, mine's a 16.
Okay, so we're going to make a perception check despite that, just because of the fact that visibility is so low. I think our general policy is if you would be disadvantaged, you got to make the check. So this is a disadvantaged perception check.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
Yes, everyone has disadvantage on the perception check.
Last
you
time
did
I'm using
freaking-
this dice.
You got a 20 and then 1, right? No.
Got a 20 and 16.
Okay, nice.
So it's gonna be
Mine's a 7. I got a 17.
Nice.
That's with the disadvantage.
Okay,
22.
22. Dwarves like being underground. As you are going just a little ways farther, you can see there is a very large fissure where this mountain basically splits open.
Ooh.
So, and it seems like it has a descending path.
You see that?
Do you see that?
Let's go that way.
Okay. Alright. But head towards the fissure.
Alright, Amber, so you also heading towards the fissure.
I'm following these guys
Right,
because
okay, so
I
that's
cannot
good.
see.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you're the one with the low perception out of us.
Apparently, right
So
now.
the mountain kind of like breaks like this, and there's a spot where you're heading in, and you're basically passing underneath the peak in a way, and getting like deeper into. It doesn't look like it was originally like a cave. It doesn't have like the limestone drippings or anything like that. It looks like the mountain broke and like fell away, and there's like a hole here in this granite extrusion. So when you're passing further in, and you notice now there are a lot of like crystalline edges around the sides.
Ooh, what kind?
Maybe like a quartz, something like that.
Cool. I mean, grab my pick real quick and just break one off.
Okay,
Small.
it's quartz, so it's pretty dang hard. So you spend some time looking at it and get some samples.
You've never done. Okay.
What?
That's okay. It's actually pretty easy to break through, but okay.
You just get the stone, I guess, of it. Okay, so you get some quartz crystals. You're good.
Why not?
Okay.
They're pretty.
So you're descending into this snowy. Well, not so snowy here now. It's mostly just like a dry, cold cave as you're going on. And the mouth kind of goes from a funnel shape, cuts down into more of a narrow path like this. And you find a large, this isn't gold like you've seen before, almost like a platinum gate that's been erected here. It has tall pillars and then a very solid structured flat barred gate that comes down in the center.
Any runes, dwarven writing?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can easily identify that it's this thing, it's a Khazkar.
Yeah, cool. Good job.
It's not like the black creeping darkness right behind the gates, is it?
Directly behind the gates.
Oh,
Well, there's a problem.
yeah.
But you found it.
Is there anything else in this area at all?
This is a fairly barren cave area, and there look like some places where you can imagine there used to be, like, you know, maybe people have stopped here at one point or another, but it doesn't look like this was a very good place for them to have, like, an outpost. It's still very cold here and pretty barren.
Look, we know that she's not going to be able to get through this stuff either,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Right.
mean, she's not a cleric.
She doesn't have to be.
It's true, she might have some sort of magical item. Regardless, we can't get through it.
Right.
There's no other, like, any door, any crack, or any crevice or anything like that that looks like there would be a way to bypass this stuff that's in
You
this
want to go ahead
area.
and take a look around?
Yeah,
Sure. Go for
Can
it.
I also do an Arcana check on it?
Yeah, definitely.
Investigation?
Sure.
Don't be a 20.
15.
15. How close to the bars are you going?
Well, I remember what happened last time, so I'm gonna kind of stay fairly far away from them. Like 5, 10 feet, whatever was felt like safe last time.
You know, 5-10 feet feels pretty safe. This is like someone stuck a grate against the city from the outside. And so it looks about as well sealed as it could be, but you could go through the stone, you know, you could try to find a way around it if you really want to.
I mean, there's like no cracks or crevices or like a back door and that. That's
Nothing you can see here.
okay.
15 Arcana.
15 Arcana. So the bars are definitely all magical. It doesn't feel like an arcane type of magic. It does feel like something else. There are like crackles of electricity that run down it when you get closer. But it definitely seems like it's trying to contain whatever's inside this.
Contain what's inside.
Because you can almost feel the presence of whatever's inside this room pressing out.
I kind of describe what I'm feeling to Aurora.
And it sounds like what you heard before in the King's Crypt in Tolkazar and also in Mardrakat.
Yeah, we can't. No, we can't.
Yeah, we
go
can
in
go
there.
through there.
We
Yeah,
have no way of doing that. So, but I feel fairly confident that, you know, Aelin can't do it either. But maybe she doesn't need to. Maybe the one thing that she already has is enough.
Maybe she found another way besides going through this gate. What's around the gate? Like, is it just?
This is just like an open cave, yeah, that's funneled down from the snowy exterior like this.
And then
And
the thing.
it really looks like someone just pushed this gate up against the city and pushed everything back.
So,
There's no outbuildings, nothing lying outside.
so it's like we go through a cave and it funnels into it's like cave walls, like stone, and then in order to continue down the path, there is that gate.
Right.
Well, I mean, that would probably be a bad idea.
We're not opening the gate.
No, I was thinking going through the wall around. Because sometimes, like as a bounty hunter, one of the things I would do is if someone was holed up in their home and they barred the door, you don't go through the door. You go through a window or a wall because sometimes they're a lot weaker than the door because everyone reinforces the door but forgets about the wall just made out of like this much wood. What have I
Yeah,
done?
but these are dwarves. They don't do that. They don't leave weak spots. I think I'm right about that with dwarves.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have thought about people going through stone, but
In
always
either,
try.
in either way, this filled up. I mean, it's like fog. It fills up the place, so there wouldn't be like a pocket of safe room to go into,
No.
right?
I think I have Misty Step.
Are you seriously thinking about trying to jump to the other side of this? Because I think that this whole thing is...
I think this is dead end.
I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this. The only other thing I can think of is trying to communicate with it, and I think that that's probably not a great idea.
How would you communicate with a gate or a city?
I'm not talking about communicating with the gate.
I mean, it's black stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Well, I think it wants to get into your mind.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well. That puts a stopper on this adventure. What were our other leads?
Just talking to 2 different deities. Or we try to figure out who she's selling the one thing she already has. And like I said, I've got a pretty good idea who that is.
Who are the deities? Again.
That's the Sage in the Dark and the Keeper of Seals. But there's a good, like I said, there's a good chance. I mean, there are probably other interested parties. Lord knows I don't know everybody in Trageria, but I know at least one interested party in getting this stuff. And if there's any chance that he's the one, I think I need to go back and talk to him.
And is that going to do any good?
He might, it might not. I might have to kill him. What, you've never, like, gnomes don't do that?
Kill their families on purpose?
Yeah.
No. We've done it by accident a couple times, but certainly not on purpose. And it never comes up in the conversation.
Okay. How do you determine who's the head of your family, then?
The oldest and the wisest. They kind of fall into it. No, don't get me wrong, we get into arguments.
Yes.
Yeah, but, you know, they get settled by a bake-off or a game, cards, or...
Cards?
Or, you know, a vote, whatever works best. Whatever keeps everyone in harmony.
Okay. But, to be clear, never murder.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it's not
no.
murder, because to murder would mean that you just attack somebody in their sleep or something. I mean, it's a fight. It's a ritual.
Yeah, no. Not that.
Okay. It's only when somebody's so old and foolish that they don't understand that they need to give up the power from their family to their younger child.
Whatever justifies it.
Well, yeah, but generally, you know, people move on voluntarily.
They voluntarily die?
No, they when they're done, they're done. They don't. They stop being in power. They give up power. Generally.
And then they
And
kill
if they
themselves.
don't, there's some challenges, but it never comes down. It never really comes down to it. It's not a way of life. It's not what we do. It's not
You
like,
put them on a boat and send them out into the ocean.
no.
Do
So,
you,
sometimes we have them build things that aren't very safe.
do you catch them on fire so they're
No.
not a burden to the others?
No, usually you know, just go off in the corner someplace, sit on a nice comfy chair, and
Die. Okay.
Embers is looking around the cave at this point.
Cold,
Nothing.
rocks, big gate with darkness behind it.
How, from her knowledge, is there a way to communicate with that kind of beyond the gate or with the
Go
magic?
for it. Let's go for it.
Okay. Dice, please don't roll one. What would I roll for that?
I'm not sure what role were you going for there.
Communicate with thing.
it's a good skill to have.
So the real question is, how are you going to make contact with it? Are you just talking? Are you going to go touch it? What are you going to do?
First thing I'm going to do is going to walk up to it slowly and say hello. And then I'm going to say in my mind, hello. And then I'm going to kind of try to maybe use sort of any innate magic I have to try to push out the message. Like while I'm saying hello and in my mind saying hello, using kind of magic to try to push it out to see if I get some sort of pushback.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and make a roll and add your spell attack bonus.
16, I believe.
16 total? That's what you ended up with?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We're getting that character sheet again. That's not nice.
This would yes, 16.
Great. The bars start to rattle. The entire area is now kind of shaking.
She said hello.
There's definitely like force as this black presence, like this inky blackness, is pushing against the gate forward. And you can hear the metal starts to creak a little bit, and the arcane electricity starts to crackle up and down the bars.
What'd you do?
I said hello.
And you can see it's like the darkness is pushing out. So you can see it like pushing like right up against the bars. So it's like pushing out, trying to reach as far as it can. And the whole thing shaking just a little bit.
I'm going to cut off my mind and immediately stop using any sort of magic, so whatever it was sensing is just gone.
Okay. And it's still straining against the bar, straining against it, straining against it, and you can see it just like slowly.
Interesting reaction.
Well, like I said, it wants to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And it wants to take over your brain.
I mean, more likely than not.
Take over your mind.
Well, combining what we remember from the crypt.
Yeah, it tried to take over her mind.
Exactly. In fact, Spring said that that happens when you touch the gems too, so.
Right.
So
Which
if Ayla
isn't-
got in there, that's bad.
Yes, and if Ayla's directly touched the gem, you don't know what might be happening with Ayla right now either.
Maybe she's like part of that.
I don't think it would be good if whatever that is picks up everything that's going on in your former mentor's head. But that's also probably
Do
likely.
we absolutely positively need to talk to this thing? Is that something we need to do?
I don't know why it would be useful necessarily to do it one way or the other.
So why did we come here?
Well, I was hoping that it wouldn't just be completely blocked by this darkness. I mean, managed to pick up one of the stones in Tolkazad without having to go through the darkness was in a totally different area.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that your mentor stole was also not in the same area as the darkness.
Okay. How big is the city that's beyond these gates?
Do I know that?
Probably big. This was one of the major dwarven kingdoms.
This is one of the major dwarven kingdoms. Now, maybe there are there are definitely other entrances somewhere, and maybe the darkness isn't pushed up against them, but on the other hand, I don't know how to go about searching for the other entrances, but this one's a dud.
Well, then there's no point in being here anymore.
Not really.
So what's next?
Well, next we either talk to deities or we talk to my father, and I don't know which one's more appealing to me, quite honestly.
We gotta find the demons first.
Wow, that's interesting. That's my fault, guys.
The darkness is like not.
Let me in your brain.
So, do we know the name? Like, would we be able to like know the name of the deity? Because right now they have like a title, but like Sage of the Dark. Like,
Well,
do they have a name?
Well, Faxburn seemed to think that he could get us to them, right?
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, it's about the fax burning.
Yeah, why don't we go to the gnome one first, because I feel like that other one is not going to like us, but the gnome one might like you.
Sure.
Alright.
That's a guarantee.
The gnome one will probably like you.
Are you going
We have
back
a
and looking
secret
up
sign.
around, or are you just going to open a door here?
I don't know if opening the door right in front of this thing is a great idea.
I wasn't going to.
So no,
Go back
we're
out
going to
in the
move
cold.
back.
Cool, cool.
I make us walk about like 2 hours outside of it and then open the door.
Okay.
Just to make sure we get, 8 miles between us and that.
You guys enjoy the icy wind for a while longer.
We got clothes!
That's true. We buy a whole bunch of gear, so.
That's right. You guys will get some use out of it. Alright, and you make
Stuff
your way
into our
back
bag
into the
a little
tower.
And I gotta be extra careful because Faxburn came to me personally and was like, you bring anything to this tower and like, well, you're not bringing anything to this tower. That's what he said.
I feel like we're chasing our tails, and you're chasing, I don't know, whatever you would chase. Your butt?
Well, it's still tail. Metaphor.
Faxburn's waiting for you in the room when you come downstairs.
Kissing your hat.
Faxburn, you look concerned.
Yes, but everything went fine. Did you find anything?
We weren't able to find anything. The darkness that is an evil entity was like right at the gate at this city, so I'm not trying to mess with that thing, whatever it is.
It seems like a good idea. Just be wary of that.
So, unfortunately, though, we still have no way of tracking where her mentor's going, because we were hoping to be able to track the energy of the crystal. and that's not an option. So I guess, I mean, these two deities you're talking about, do they have any reason that they would help us?
I don't even know if they count as deities. They're very powerful individuals or how they work, but I don't think this is a force they want loose in the world. And if anyone knows about what's going on underground, I would say the Sage in the Dark would be a good person to speak to.
I think we should go to him then.
If there's a question about something being sealed away, the Keeper of Seals would be the one in charge of it.
Okay. Well, can you send us to the Sage?
Sage in the Dark. I can. Kind of pulls his sleeves up, and he goes over the door, and it seems to take a larger amount of concentration. When the door opens this time, he's pressing his hands out, and the door opens to total darkness. And you all have dark vision, so you can tell there is a floor, there are walls and so forth, but there's no light source of any kind here.
Is that the right place?
It's the right place.
No. All right. Guess I'll go in first. That's right.
Mind the floor.
Minding the floor.
The floor actually feels pretty smooth.
Really?
Yeah, it feels level. You don't really detect any changes in height as you're going into the room. So that part seems safe.
Okay. So kind of look around.
Sure. So you're looking around. You can't tell anything. You can't see anything.
How's it smell? Does it feel like it's does it feel like it's underground? It has sort of that underground feel, smell, claustrophobia kind of thing going for it?
It does not feel claustrophobic. It does feel heavy and underground, and there's that smell of slightly damp rock, but you can't see a thing.
Is the floor crafted, built, or is it natural? Is it natural, or is it?
It feels smooth, so you would have to guess probably not, because it actually does feel level and smooth.
Okay.
So it's probably crafted.
You guys coming?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you guys to be done talking. I mean, Aurora would have been following pretty immediately behind you.
She jumps in the door.
Yeah.
Okay, it's dark. None of you can see anything.
Let's see then. Change my cantrips
Anything?
out.
Nope. We're going like magical darkness. It is dark.
Okay, so nothing. I like even if I use thaumaturgy, cast
Using thaumaturgy to make it light in here.
That's
You would
really
guess right now it's probably not going to make a difference.
Okay, so I don't.
Right,
Save
so
that.
only a light spell would really count, like a daylight spell would counter it, but none of us have that.
Well, when in doubt, follow your nose. Just keep walking.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of other senses I can use pretty easily, but
So it's dark.
Be listening very carefully, listening for echoes and that kind of thing.
Hear faint water sounds.
I mean, gnomes are supposed to have a really good sense of smell too. They have huge noses.
All that gunpowder that kind of ruins it.
And there is a smell in the center of the room of a person or an entity.
Something new.
You know, some vaguely civilized scent, something like an herb or something like a exotic wood. It's got a little bit of a scent, but also the scent of like a living being.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. My name is Theophraxis. We're looking for the Sage of the Dark. Have we found that person?
Or found the Sage of the Dark.
It's awfully dark in here.
Fittingly dark.
Yeah, I think so. Well, like I said, I'm Theophraxis. It's nice to meet you. Sort of walk towards the voice with my hands out.
You can stop where you are if you like. You
Okay.
can sit down. Your friends can sit down as well if you like where you're at.
Can you see us?
Is this being said in common or no?
You know what? Right now, it's being actually said in common, let's say.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought to speaking knowledge.
Well, I sit down.
You're all in good spaces to sit if you like. It's safe.
I sit.
Thank you for the hospitality.
You're welcome. No, to answer your question, I don't see you. Because it's dark. But I can tell you're there.
We have a lovely space in which you inhabit.
Did the wizard Faxburn send you here?
Yes, yeah. He opened up a door and we came here.
Yes. Is he well?
Actually, he's doing much better now.
Yeah. He was a little under the weather. He's back.
You were in the deep places beneath the earth. What brings you here?
Well, we had questions, right?
Yes.
Sage is supposed to have answers.
Correct. And now I've forgotten why we're here.
The dwarves of Madrakot uncovered gems that were both powerful and evil. We have
This was a
reason to
long time ago.
Yes, millennia. We have reason to believe that there is a person, well, an elf, now trying to steal them and possibly sell them. We have recovered the gem of, oh my gosh, I can't remember any names right now.
I know,
Tolkazad.
A gem from Tolkazad.
However, Faxburn removed it from this plane of existence. Don't know where it is anymore. Hopefully that means that the person seeking the gems also doesn't know where it is. But she's a master thief. I have no idea.
we need to find the other gem.
Right,
What do you know
well,
about?
now we need to figure out where the one that was in Tolkazad is again, and we need to find the one in Issachar's car.
Correct.
There are many of these gems you speak of. They are shards of power, pieces of the power of an ancient being. The being was removed from the universe, but its power could not be so easily destroyed, and so parts of it remain all across the Underland, all around this world. The dwarves we speak of had but a fraction of it, but there were many of these stones.
Can the stones be reassembled to bring this thing, this enemy back?
They might have some fraction of its power. It might be possible, but they are scattered across the world, below the ground.
Below the ground.
Below the ground.
All of them, or just most of them?
It was intended they'd be below the ground. Some small number may have made their way to the surface by this point, but at one point they were in the keeping of the dark.
The keeping in the dark. Do you mean the dark that's around us here, or do you mean?
Yes, underground.
Okay.
Do you happen to know where Aelin is?
Aelin? I don't know Aelin. Who's Aelin?
I describe her as best as I can, giving kind of a lot of detail in what she has done and like her significance.
I think if she was below the ground and significant, I would know who she is.
That's a good sign. Are there other ways to get into, and I'm going to say the place we were just
Issachar's
at?
car.
Yeah.
The places you're trying to reach are very dangerous. You understand that something of this essence of this being was left behind and corrupted these cities. It makes them very dangerous to explore.
You've had a run-in with it. So yeah, we don't want to mess with it. We don't want to explore that. We're looking for wondering if there is a area of that city that's not poisoned with this stuff.
Seeking out one is the same as seeking out the other. If you would confront the darkness, seeking it in one place, I think you will find it in both. You will definitely need assistance.
Of what kind?
I think what you need is relics of a time when people fought back the darkness.
So the darkness has a weakness.
I can think of things that you could do to bring a light to a place like that would allow you to keep it at bay.
I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
My recommendation to you would be to seek out two objects.
Yes.
Yes, I think those two would be the best. The two objects I would seek out, if I were you, are the Shield of the Morning and the Argent Brand.
Argent Brand.
Those two would be quite useful to you,
What?
provided you can wield them effectively.
What do they do?
The Shield of Morning was a relic of a champion of Palor.
Sorry, we know a guy.
And it was powerful, but directed at producing the light of the sun. Something that might hold darkness back. Also, the Argent Brand, which is a magical torch that burns with the light of the moon. These two artifacts, I think, would keep back the darkness.
Together or
I think you would use as much help as you could get to keep this darkness at bay.
It sounds like these are things that have to be wielded by our other companion who is not here right now.
Well, the shield for sure. Do you know where these are?
I have thoughts. I have heard rumors. The Shield of Morning was lost in the north, where Crusaders attempted to stop a band of pirates that was led by a revenant, a powerful undead named Belloc.
This is where the Shield of the Morning is?
The Shield of the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
This was a ship that traveled to the north and was wrecked in fighting these pirates. And it has since become the base of operations for this pirate called Velok. I think it would still be there. I do not think you can touch it and bear its flame.
No. Might be a little bit easier to get, especially with our companion. Something like that, yeah, and a revenant would not be able to touch.
Right. But it'd be easier to go there with Vlad.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's no
Yeah.
way we can go without him.
Yeah.
Because we
Luckily, I
can.
know pirates.
You do?
Yes.
Your brother.
The other, the Argent Brand, lies in a Fey woods. I'm not certain where to find that. Somewhere above the ground.
Oh, I know where the Feywoods are.
There's a place they call the Wild Woods or something like that. And I believe it is being held by a satyr.
We might not have a very good rep with them currently.
Why?
We killed about
Oh,
8 of them recently.
yeah, they went on the same plane as us.
You killed satyrs?
You weren't there.
And ate them.
That's gross.
Not that you can even see what she's doing, but
Maybe hot cat breath in your face. That's about what you get.
She says we're barbarians for wearing leather.
I know, right? Well, that sounds like the easier one, right?
I mean, I know where the Feywild is, certainly. Or the Feywood. The Feywoods are in Tabaxi lands. I mean,
There's some in the Tabaxi lands, and
Yeah.
also some that you found south of the English Cross.
yeah.
What's this? Okay, let's start there then. Because the Revenant, I think we need to wait until Vlad gets back.
I mean, what's the name of the satyr?
Lito.
Lito?
Lito.
Lito. I can't remember the name of the unicorn we talked to anymore.
I have reference documents for that, so I can look up that while we go, and I can go in the IT reference. Number 2.
Because if there's anybody that's going to give us any information, it'd be that unicorn.
Is an excellent point that I did not put in my reference document. You don't remember the unicorn?
You don't remember the unicorn?
Dude, there was a unicorn.
There was a unicorn. Aurora and Futuria was especially all about the unicorn.
Everyone knows unicorns, man.
God, where was that?
You were totally right there the whole time.
Yeah. You kept trying to like open a crypt like a jerk.
I wasn't trying. Okay, I wasn't trying to open the crypt. I was looking at it.
It's gonna be
Exactly.
at like session 8 when we saw Unicorn. It's gonna be way back there.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm checking it out as we do this.
So you
I just can't remember the unicorn's name if there even was
should.
one.
So
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
definitely there.
maybe start there. Go back and see. Maybe talk to the unicorn.
I mean, it's better than trying to stumble a while around in the Feywoods into Baxylands. Like, at least this guy's more likely to know something.
But the Feywood isn't entirely in the Baxyland.
No, it's all over the place. I mean, that's where this unicorn, whose name I don't remember now.
I mean, can
Yeah.
we trust you though? Can we trust you in the Feywild?
Just me in the Feywild?
To not act like a jerk?
Why would I act like a jerk in the Feywild?
I don't know. Apparently you were.
I love the Feywilds.
You sure?
They're wonderful. Yeah.
You sure?
I wasn't being a jerk. There was a crypt. It was interesting. I wanted to take a closer look.
No, see, I totally understand that, which is
That's
why
all
I
I
said
did.
hi to the darkness.
Yeah. See, it was like that, but with a unicorn.
Ah,
Okay.
Apollyon.
Apollyon, that's right.
Apollyon. Bleh. What is it?
Apollyon.
Apollyon.
Yeah. Yeah, you totally beat me to it. It was right in session 8 because I didn't find it in session 7.
Wow, that's
Alright, well, it's going in the thing.
yeah.
Hey, by the way, guys, happy 30th episode.
Woohoo!
This is session
I was
30.
wondering about
Yeah.
that. All right, well, let's go see our friend the unicorn then.
My friend the unicorn. The
Apollyon.
slightly antagonistic acquaintance Apollyon for you, and
Right.
total stranger for her.
He's in the document now, just so we're clear.
We can't define that relationship as far as we don't know that it's antagonistic. We can find out when we get there.
He wasn't happy with you.
There is one more matter.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're strong enough to resist the darkness?
No, not at all.
Well, that's actually another concern that I have, is that my family used to wield the power of these crystals back in the day.
I see.
And I don't know how much it's necessarily affected my bloodline. I know that it had a very negative effect on the dwarves of Tol-Kazad.
It did.
And I would not say that. Normally tabaxi like me are orange, black, and white. And you can't see this in the darkness. But I am just white and black. And I think that maybe a long time ago it affected my family in a way.
The things you're saying sound correct, but have you yourself been exposed to this darkness?
I have been in the darkness, and I have touched one of these gems.
I do not sense the traces of darkness I would expect upon you.
I have a great deal of training in the control of ki.
Perhaps also a sigil, something that has protected you.
I do have a ring that's protecting me, perhaps.
Perhaps that. Maybe something that survived these dark times and has passed on to you some measure of readiness. If you think you're strong enough to face the darkness,
I believe we still need one other with us, but I would like to have collected these items as quickly as possible.
before you pass out of this place, I think you should challenge your strength.
Okay.
Doesn't like fun.
Yes.
A distant light appears in the caverns, illuminating a figure that is robed, standing tall, taller than embers. You see a slight definition to a gray, bald head, long, spindly fingers. You see the faintest, like, swish of, like, tentacles moving. Face the darkness.
Are we rolling initiative?
That was initiative.
Alright.
Let's do this, guys.
Yeah.
You got a good one.
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
I did not.
Yay! The only good roll I
Nice.
get off of this 20.
Oh shit. I'm going last.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 is excellent. Everyone knows that.
I got a 23.
23. Okay. And then Ember's got what in total with all this crazy like max?
21.
21.
Total.
That's crazy. That's totally crazy.
I know.
Perfect. All right. So let's go with the natural 20 because we usually do that, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It's natural 20, man.
On the natural 20, let's go there first. Okay, Sean, this is me doing my best to get this stuff out of your face.
No, that's good. You're good. I can see. Actually, I can see what you are.
Cool. It's still out of your face. Awesome. All right. Let's do this. Embers, you're up.
Face the darkness.
Yep.
She's not quite sure if she's supposed to fight it or if she's supposed to just sort of like mentally combat it. So she's going to
I did turn up the drum music just for you.
move kind of that way,
Yep. Cool.
about 20 feet,
Yep.
like around wherever that is.
Yep. This is not the correct ruler. This is a lightning bolt. That's also a fine ruler.
I got it.
I think I have a lightning bolt.
You'll need it. I'll do it.
All right. 20 feet.
I'll need 12 on my
Check.
initiative.
It's like your lowest initiative ever.
It's not good.
It's okay. Sometimes you want to go last.
And then
Actually, I often want to go last. It's
It's better.
Very-
almost.
very often been a detriment that I'm the first one going.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check, and that's probably gonna be my action, isn't it?
Not necessarily. What are you trying for?
Just to get a feel of the guy, because I know it's gonna be magical. So I'm trying to figure out maybe what type of fighting or like challenge this is. So I don't even know if that's an Arcana check. That might be something else.
I mean, if you want to make an insight roll, you can make an insight roll. If you feel like you're just trying to size up, like magically, what does this feel like?
I'm gonna do an insight roll.
Okay.
18.
This being looks hungry. And like you are prey.
Firebolt.
That's fine.
Actually, Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray is also good. I have all the templates I need either way. We're good. How
Okay,
many
so I'm
Scorching
gonna
Rays
just.
are we doing? 3?
Yeah, all 3. I'm
Okay,
just gonna
check,
roll.
check, check.
Not that one. That one gave me 1. Okay, I'm just rolling all 3, and that gets +5. 17, 13, and 16.
Okay, 2 hits.
2 hits, and then.
That's good.
Yes.
Oh, no.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. 32.
32. Cool.
That's a lot.
You hit it. It takes the damage, and you see all the Scorching Rays in it. Well, 2 of them in it, like this, and it does not look that hurt.
Okay.
So, you're up.
Mental note.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have more stuff you're gonna do? Else you're gonna do around? Anything else for Embers?
Just like 5 more feet that way, just
Sure.
a little more
No problem.
spread out a bit.
So that doesn't seem like it did anything?
No, we did something.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it did much.
No, it did that.
Alright, I'll just use my branding pistol.
Okay. It's a +1 pistol. And a +1 it up.
That's a 14.
Does not hit. First shot, you actually hit something. Apparently, this thing is wearing armor because you hear it tink off the armor.
Okay. And then the next one is a 25.
Yes, totally hits.
Awesome.
This one hits me.
Yes.
So here we go.
Alright, 2 damage.
Rolling with a +1 bonus to damage.
Ooh, 14.
14. You hit it. It seems phased. It notices it got hit.
Took my 2 shots. I'm gonna move me. Let's spread out a little bit. Move me like over here
Yeah,
in that direction a little bit.
that's fine.
Is it a completely empty room, right?
This is a pretty empty room, but this is actually like at these edges here, it goes down considerably.
Okay. I mean, that's all I want to do right now, I guess. Actually, sharpshooting, right? Yeah, that's all I got right now. Cool.
Sorry, guys.
Ah,
All right, so Theophraxis and Aurora are making intelligence saving throws.
Magic-y.
Yeah, yep. We're gonna say magic.
So I'm gonna
It
go
says
off
magic
for,
right there in the word.
14.
14. Okay.
23.
So close. Did you include your ring?
I did, because
Okay.
otherwise she would be at 13.
All right. I'm just making sure you included your ring since we are 1 off from what you wanted. Sean, what'd you get?
23.
23 for an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if Sean wanted to give me the inspiration, so I can do it.
No, yeah. I mean,
I know I'm gonna take a lot of damage.
cool.
It's not actually very much damage. I can't roll that well for damage.
Well, I know what this thing
You
is.
only took 18 damage, and you are stunned. Okay. And it moves. Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
18 damage, you said, right?
18 damage. And it is right up on Aurora, and Aurora, it is now the end of your turn, and you can make your saving throw again.
Okay. $14 again.
Close. Okay,
Well, I don't have inspiration to spend, so.
it is true. All right, so we are back up to the top of the round, which means we are on Allison.
Okay. I'm going to move, like, kind of over there.
Okay, cool.
855.
no. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I'm going to save her since you did it.
And I'm going to cast mirror image,
You're going to cast mirror image. All right.
and I'm going to make 2 duplicates of myself. I'm going to keep this up. And then I believe. And then I'm going to use a sorcery point to
That's a really good choice.
to cast I'm gonna do a cantrip with it. So firebolt
Okay,
at the guy.
sure. So you don't have to spend a sorcery point for that, right? Or is it because of the speed? That's what
It's
you're
because
doing?
I'm turning it into a bonus action.
Got it.
So yeah.
Cool.
19 to hit.
Yep, it's
Okay. So then at that point. Just 7.
okay.
10, 11.
Yeah, it is
13
hit.
damage.
13.
Because I
Okay,
get to
nice.
add my now that I'm level 6, I get to add my
Yeah, just fire
fi-
damage.
yeah.
Because you're being a dragon sorcerer. Yeah,
Mhm.
very cool. Okay, so we're good. Still up. Still enjoying damage. Okay, Theophraxis' turn.
So what is it doing to Aurora?
Right now it's going like this.
Oh.
It's moving up towards her. Mhm.
Okay. I want to charge it and try to knock it away from her real quick.
Okay.
It's engaged, so do they get advantage on
It's
that?
not engaged yet, and she's not threatening it because she's stunned. So you can charge up to it. That's definitely within your move. And you're just going to make an athletics check.
Yeah.
You're making a grapple
You
check.
could spend your inspiration to get advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go for it. Thank you for the giant.
No, thank you.
Oh, middling.
23.
Yeah, you handily grapple it.
Okay, I just want to kind of get it away from her as
You
much
can
as-
basically knock it prone if you want to knock
Yeah,
it
let's
prone.
do that.
Knock it prone.
Cool. So now that's prone, I want to do my action surge
Uh-huh.
and use my swords. Use my let's see, my rapier.
Okay.
It's just a stab. Wait, do I get advantage?
You do get it.
Okay,
It's
so
prone.
that one misses. I got some 10 on the first
That's
attack.
10 total.
Yeah. And then 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so 50. And then 11 points.
11 points damage. Okay, decent.
And then what's my action surge? Right, so I spent it. So I still have a bonus action. Right?
Good bonus action, yeah.
If I move away from it while it's prone, does it get a reaction shot?
If you move away from it while it's prone, it does not get a reaction.
So I want to take like maybe 10 feet back.
You've actually used up all your movement now that I think about it, because you
Uh-huh.
charged 25.
Yes, I did charge. Yes. Okay. Then that's all I got then.
Okay, so you're set. So, okay, there's that. It's standing up. And attacking with the Theophraxis. You hit it. It doesn't like being
What's
hit.
with you?
This is number 1, a tentacle attack. Yep, what is your AC?
16.
Ooh, it exactly hits you. On the money. Now I need even more dice out here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you were taking 12 points of, 16 points of damage. It is psychic damage. Okay, you are now grappled.
I'm grappled.
You are grappled. It is grappling you with its tentacle mouth and hugging you with its arms. And you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
I'm assuming it was advantage.
Yes, you can still use that.
21.
Okay, you are not stunned.
22.
So there's that. That's good.
Awesome.
Okay, Aurora's turn to make a saving throw.
Hey.
Still.
Hey, a 16.
16 makes it. You are free, and it is now not your turn anymore. And we are on to Alice's turn.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna use the magic missile wand on him.
Magic missile wand, yeah, totally. Okay, how many charges are you using? I'm assuming it's fully charged because we've had endless numbers of days for you to charge
Oh my
this.
god, yeah. So if I use it, is it just one magic missile that
You
goes
get
out, or is
the
it
3
three?
for the first charge, and an
Okay.
additional missile for each additional charge. There's 7 charges.
Okay, then I'm gonna do it so I can throw like 5,
That's 3
Why not?
charges.
and I get 7, right?
Wait, yes, 3 out of 7 charges. Yes.
Well, 3 for the first charge.
Well, she wants to do 5 missiles, so that's 2
2
additional
total charges. Yeah.
So 3 total charges. Yep.
Let's do it 4, so it's
Oh,
6.
lie,
Although
do
I'm
all
running
7.
out.
Do you need some D4s?
Yeah, I
Because
do.
awesome. As long as you don't have any reds in there. Okay, here you go.
That'll be good.
Because you want
That's
that,
enough.
right?
When I see her take out the wand, I'll say, Ply used it all in one shot.
I'm not live.
There is only a
The reason why
5% chance
it
you break it
almost
after all.
exploded in Bly's hand.
He does like doing
Oh, you're kidding me.
that. I miss.
Aww.
4,
Gave you the wrong red
6.
ones. Sorry.
it's okay. 12.
12.
Don't forget to add +1 for each one of those.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that is all plus
So
1 per.
12 plus 6 is 18.
Yes. Okay, and you pepper its back with magic missiles. It is now looking slightly staggered, but it is also grappling Theophraxis, so it doesn't have to worry about falling down. So, you're
I'm
up.
not right now. Okay, I wanna ungrapple myself and turn the grapple back on it.
Okay, so remember right now you have no speed, and if you want to break this grapple, that's going to be your action.
Okay.
So do that.
Okay, I'll try to break it. So, he's not engaged. So
Yeah, you're doing this as a strength check, right?
athletic. Can I like
Strength and athletics? Yes, you do.
can I slither out from it?
You can do athletics or
Yeah, you can do
acrobatics.
dexterity,
Yeah.
acrobatics, or you can do strength athletics. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do the acrobatics. This is again
Okay.
a much bigger bonus than that. Well, a slightly bigger bonus than
This is where you dislocate all of your limbs
Yeah.
and like sleek out of it. Sure. Super gross. Sounds good.
that. 23.
You are free.
Yes. Whoosh. Okay, so now that I'm free, do I get any movement or is that it?
You can move. That's what you can do.
Oh, but it's no. It'll get a free shot at me though.
Oh well.
Yep. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to do the same exact thing back at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. I wanna move over behind.
Okay, but it's still going to take the attack at you, and it'll try to grapple you again.
Oh, as I move away.
Yeah, definitely. It has like one attack. So,
Can you do a grapple attack as an attack of opportunity?
this is like monster grappling rules, and it just lists it all as one attack. So I'm going to say this is probably how it goes, because I just get one attack block.
If I stay there, it's gonna try to grapple me again. Either way, it's gonna try to grapple me again. So screw it. Yeah, fine, cool.
Okay, that wasn't a good choice, because it did hit you. So, I put away the dice I need to hit you with. That wasn't a good choice. See, the hard part is when it grapples you, it does psychic damage. So you take, 20 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that hurt. Damn.
Yep. And make no, you just grappled. Make an intelligence saving throw. Monster grapple rolls weird. 20. Okay, so you're safe, you're not stunned, but you are grappled again.
Get off
So,
me!
and now it's turn. This is its turn, so it's just gonna have to eat your brain now.
So try to run away.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, hit you. Alright, I need a lot of dice now.
I'm dead.
This is not so great.
I have
I'm
a lot
sorry
of
I
healing.
was stunned for so long.
I have a lot of healing potions on me.
A lot of times you're taken out of the action forever with these things if they stun you. I'm really trying hard not to metagame because I know what this thing is,
Well, world tentacles from mouthpiece and eat my brain. Yeah.
I mean, I knew
Oh
where it
yeah,
came
I'm
from.
gone. There's just no way.
Unless he rolls all ones.
It's not great. I mean, I could have done better. I mean, that's 3,
I'm looking for anything that I can use.
5, 10,
I don't have any
20.
reactions that I can really take,
27.
if I was falling.
35.
Okay.
Where you at?
I had 10.
You
I
had
had
10.
11. I had 11.
You had 11.
How much was it? 35?
35 or 25?
35.
35. So 11 takes me down to.
Still doesn't drop you so far negative that
Yeah.
negative hit points negative, so
There's that.
technically
So you're down.
Bleh. I have a lot of healing potions on me.
Yep. Okay, it's not moving because it's busy eating Theophraxis.
Yes. And because it's busy eating Theophraxis, I take it I get an advantage to attack it because it's otherwise occupied.
I would say that's fair.
Alright, I'm gonna club it, like, right upside the head.
Let's do that.
I didn't, because that was 12.
Okay.
That was with advantage.
Yep, it says one attack, right?
Second attack, that hits, because that's a 26.
Cool.
It can try to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
And is this magic?
Huh?
Is this a
It's
magical
heat.
effect? Does that count as a magical effect?
No.
When they read in the game?
It's not really magic.
No. Okay.
I'm
Well, I made it either
disrupting
way.
its. Huh?
I think made it either way, but yeah,
I don't know what key counts as. It's not really
I can
magic.
look it up later if it
Yeah.
becomes present. But it made the saving throw either way.
Okay.
Okay, so number 2. That was number 2 attack.
That was number 2, so I did hit it.
It looks very weak.
So that is 8 points of damage on that.
On the attack with the staff.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty weak.
And that's a magic staff.
That's right. Yep.
I'm going to spend another key point to do a flurry of blows. So
Okay.
now I'm kicking him right in the head.
Okay, but you've already done both attacks, right? So aren't you just limited to bonus attack now? Doesn't Flurry of Blows take a full attack?
No,
You made
flurry
staff
of
attack-
blows is you spend a key point to do 2 bonus attacks
Oh, is that what
instead
it
of
is?
1
Okay,
bonus attack.
so I got it wrong. All right, so you're kicking.
I mean, if you want me to look it up, I can
No,
look
it's
it
cool.
up.
I trust you. We're good. Okay, so you ready?
Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay, so let's do that.
Alright. But I can't try to stun it on these because I'm using body parts rather than weapons. But I still get advantage.
Same rule you made.
Real with different dice. Not rolling well tonight. Does an 18 hit it?
With an 18 hit, it does, yes.
Okay. Cool. So that is for 6 points of damage.
Okay. It is holding on to Theophraxis, still up, not looking great. It is Ember's turn. Unless you had more stuff you were going to do.
No, that's kind of it, because I want to be here beating on it, you know?
Yep.
So right now I'm gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp right next to it and have the hand reach out and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
It must make a Strength saving throw.
Yep, that's what it's not good
Sorry
at.
that, I did
Nope.
so poorly.
Good. So now it's restrained and it's going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
That's only 5, but it's restrained now.
I mean, the good news is that tips it. The earthen hand reaches out, grasps the creature on the midsection, and it's weak. It actually pulls it all the way over to the ground, and it just gets pulled into the ground.
Good.
So there's that.
So rush over to Theophraxis and just shove a healing potion in his face.
Ah, take it!
Just open your mouth and just hold your nose.
You shove the healing potion into its mouth,
His mouth. His mouth. Theophraxis' mouth.
and notice a distinct coldness.
Arcana check.
Aurora's just overbeating this thing in the head repeatedly.
It's like mostly swallowed by the ground. It's pretty much gone at this point.
No. 10.
Then she's not doing that.
But you know what a living creature looks like.
Actually, no, that's 11. But it doesn't really. I know what a living creature looks like, yes.
This isn't it.
Undead or dead?
Dead.
What's happening?
I didn't think Theophraxis died, but he looks dead.
Does he just have like a gaping cavity where his brain was?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know if you can bring him back without. And I kind of run my finger around the hole where his brain was.
The sage is walking up at this point. This gnome, so now with this little tiny bit of light in this room, you can see, I mean, it's a gnome. It has very white hair that kind of like stands back in a shock, dressed in like long robes, and you can smell again like that cinnamony, sandalwoody scent to it, but eyes are closed, doesn't seem to be looking at anything particular, and he says, "These things happen when you deal in the dark. You have to be prepared that it doesn't have to be the end."
I'm prepared to get his head back, brain back. How do we do that?
Did your friend have any particular reverence for any deity or school of faith?
I'd have to roll to see if I know you that well.
I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. That's
Can I ask that thing just got pulled completely into the earth? Can you release it from the earth?
I can like
you
undo
can
my
spell,
magic.
but I
Pretty
mean,
please.
I don't know if that'll bring him back up.
Well,
pushes the body back up to the
great.
surface.
I
Is
got
the brain in there?
Yeah, that's my point. I am going to start ripping it apart. This is what Aurora would do.
Mhm, sure.
I'm going to start ripping it apart to get at his brains.
I'm just watching the
And the
gnome.
sage puts his hand over Theophraxis' head like this. And you're just watching as the scalp starts closing up, everything starts knitting back together.
But we haven't put it back yet.
True. His eyes open back up.
Okay.
You're alive now, you're not a dead or anything crazy, you're not a zombie.
Okay.
This is
But you
a
feel
normal-
lighter.
I
5
feel
pounds
lighter.
lighter or
There really
something.
is nothing up there now.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to worry about remembering that secret handshake anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. It's all gone. What? Whoa. Where is it? Where is it? What happened?
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Shocked. Shaken.
Yeah. Like a mountain fell on me. It violated.
To be fair.
Like something like was eating me from the inside out.
How do you spell serendipitous?
SERENDIPUS.
Oh, you're alive.
Yeah.
I take whatever amount of brains I found
What's that?
in it.
No, I mean the funny thing is, like by the time you reached into the creature, like everything was just like gray matter, just spilling
Goop?
out like gray goop at that
I-
point.
What the hell is that?
Well, you know, it was your brain, probably.
The magic's taking care of your friend. He's restored.
How is he restored?
And the light is like fading at this point. The powers of the divine, the gods have restored your friend to his fullness of body.
So,
For
So-
future reference, what god do you worship,
like
anyways?
dark
Because he
and
kind of
dark.
asked us
Okay.
about that, and I'm like,
that's a good question.
Apparently,
I had
some
the
god out
answer.
there likes
We,
you.
we talked about this.
Arathis?
Yeah,
Is
Arathis.
the god of civilization that we were going with, civilization
Given-
invention.
Yeah. God of invention.
I mean, his symbol is a upper half of a clockwork deer. And
That's
his
perfect.
is her. I got that wrong. Her symbol.
You don't judge her.
I think when we get back into town, you need to give an offering to your god, and then get their like symbol tattooed on your forehead or something.
Okay. I mean, what happened? I mean, you're
Well-
saying that's my. You're saying that
yeah, this
came
guy
out of
ate
me?
your brains.
You died of mortal death.
I feel okay.
You're fine now.
He would have
Are there
eaten
any
my
side
brains
effects?
if you hadn't stepped in, so thank you.
I don't think so.
You're welcome.
Not at this point.
Okay. Not at this point. Ah.
Does he have his brain, or is there actually nothing in there?
No, your friend is restored in body.
Does it sound
His
hollow up
entire
there?
body is back.
He keeps saying that your brain's in there,
Okay.
so I would believe him.
Well, but it's there too.
This is just
It's not. It's just like Icar in her hand.
Oh.
This is
the,
just-
the creature doesn't have your brain in its mouth and in your head at the same time or anything like that.
Okay. I
This
was
is like
very,
a-
very confused.
Yeah, I mean that's why we were confused. We were like,
This is
Like,
magic. The
there's
magic
brain.
worked. His brain was restored into his body.
Okay.
Best you can tell. I mean, possibly he's a simulacrum from a different galaxy that you've never met before. Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, sound like awesome little side effects.
Sure.
your god was like, I had this backup made to
Yeah,
just
Back
whatever.
up Theo brain just sitting around. Yeah.
even though I can no longer eat you, I am glad that you're alive.
I appreciate it. But you know what? If you really want to, you could eat some of that.
This is no good.
It smells kind of bad.
It
That
does.
thing's
It
no
sounds
good
foul.
to eat. Whatever it is.
Yeah. Just like the stuff that is on your fingers, your claws from going through this, you can tell this is definitely a poisonous creature.
Yeah, I've actually used elemental attunement to wash it off my hands real fast.
Okay, that's a good plan.
Well, thank you for bringing me back.
I also brought the creature to face you in the first place. It seemed only right. This is a trial of strength and will. It's not intended to be the end of you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Just remember that when you seek into the ground, into the darkness, you may find the darkness, and it will fight back.
Are there going to be more of these things? Because this thing was not good.
The creatures beneath the ground, you have not even begun to encounter at this point. You may face this and much worse.
What is a good
Well.
defense against them?
Seek the artifacts we spoke of. The Argent Brand, the Shield of Morning. Bringing a light to the darkness would be a good step to protecting yourselves.
Well, I think we've got a good lead on how to get to both of these.
Yeah.
It's a question of, without Arvin, can we even wield the Shield of Morning?
We can probably wield it, but it won't do us. It won't do anything.
But
for
Bly's
us.
coming back.
He is. The Argent Brand sounds more like your thing.
I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about it. Might as well go for that one next. It's in the.
My favorite.
Yeah, that seems like it might be a little bit easier to find than something that maybe is constantly moving.
I mean, it's a magical item, and it's associated with the moon, and I don't really associate the moon with either of us. So maybe it's significant to you in some way.
No.
Well, I don't think it matters. I mean, the shield's obvious, right?
I mean, I am named after a celestial phenomenon, So maybe there's that.
Sometimes these things you find, they may aid you because of your purpose rather than your particular associations. If you seek out to destroy the darkness, something like this might be of aid to you. Good luck to you in finding it.
Yeah, and thank you for your help and your information and your lesson.
Do you know how to return from this place?
Yeah.
Back the way we came.
Is the door still open?
No.
Yeah, we
The
can
door's
do.
never still open.
I mean, it's a narrow hall, right? It wasn't just like a big open room that we were walking through.
Big open room.
Right, but we
Oh.
came from.
Yeah.
Tell Faxpert I said hello.
Okay, we will.
You sure?
Can you read the door?
Yeah, you're back in total darkness by this time, so wave your hand to summon your door. Can you even tell it's there?
Just walk forward, see what happens.
Do we hear the magic sound?
You hear the magic sound.
Okay.
Plus, more importantly, you know it's there. Because, you know, not everyone's a total jerk.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just give you guys what you need to do. So you've returned to the tower. Faxburn is not waiting anxiously there this time.
Good.
That's a good sign.
So, I think we're going to take a slight rest and contemplate mortality.
I would expect that.
Do you not contemplate mortality all the time?
Not all the time, no.
Why not?
Because there are so many more interesting things to ponder. There are many interesting things to ponder.
More interesting than death and life?
As interesting. And not scary. But definitely is interesting. Sat and wondered what makes water.
I know what makes water.
What makes water?
Other water.
Where does that water get?
Water has always existed.
Where did it come from initially?
The water from the sky comes from the river, and the river goes into the sky. Imagine a giant cycle,
The hydrology cycle, what is it?
constantly moving. That's where the water comes from. The water has always existed and never existed simultaneously.
Faxburn comes down the stairs.
And then all you have to do is, and she like makes a little
Here's
water
more
hole
help. Did you find
behind
any
her
more
hands and pull it
information?
out of the air.
We found a lot of information.
Good.
We are on a quest now to find 2 artifacts to help us. And we passed a very interesting trial that I think will affect Theopraxis for a while to come.
I died. Something in my brain.
But
I
you're
can't-
fine now.
I hope so.
We don't know if something else got stuck in there. There might have been, you know.
Yeah,
Regardless.
my brain was in its belly and then it was in my head.
The Sage of the Dark, if he did anything to aid you, I would trust his influence.
Okay.
He's sending us to find 2 magic items. One is with the Satyr Lido, and the other one is with Valok the Revenant. Do you know anything about either of these particular figures?
I don't. The names don't mean anything to me. I'm sorry, maybe they're.
I think they're contemporaneous, so they wouldn't be found in any of your books. Did I use contemporaneous correctly?
Yes.
So, good luck.
Thanks.
I'm sure, again, the Sage would know more about fighting this sort of threat than I would at this point.
No?
No. Actually.
Okay, good.
And I tell you what, are you planning to head out right away? What's the plan? Are you leaving after a rest?
Yeah, we're gonna take a rest.
Alright. And in that case, I will slip out of my Faxburn voice and say, next time on the Infinity Tower, we'll probably be dealing with what happens when you go into the Fey
contemporaneously
Woods.
to right now.
Ooh,
Oh,
Fey
So they
Woods.
would not be found.
open it at the same time now. Yeah.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be in a book.
That would be the right way. to
Okay, so for people watching with us, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. You guys, awesome job. Way to die. Take one for the team.
I know, right?
Good job, everybody. Next time, we will deal with some Fey Woods and a Satyr and all sorts of other fun stuff like that. So, plenty to look forward to on the next Infinity Tower.
Oh, it'll be at my house.
It will be, but I wasn't necessarily going to announce it to everybody else, but that's cool. And then number 2, don't forget Adrenochrome's tomorrow night. Pandemic Day
Also
2.
at my house.
Also at Cat's House. Just Google Cat's House, and I'm sure you'll find
Don't
it.
Google cats.
Don't Google Cat's House. Oh, well, actually, that's okay.
You are gonna find
Google
some
that.
weird stuff if you Google cat house. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's exactly what you would find.
I prefer that than people finding your actual address, so that's good.
Yeah.
If you're going to Google Cat's House, you're going to get what you want, so it's fine. All right,
You get what you
and
deserve.
with that, make sure you make time to tabletop. Scooter, have a great trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
I said Ireland and Scotland.
Correct. Yes. Enjoy.
Go big or just don't come back.
No, hopefully you come back home.
Yes, I would.
All right, sounds good.
Just
So,
remember the locals pee on the Blarney Stone, so.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that as a tourist, yeah, but make time to tabletop. We'll see you soon.